Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad.
Well, welcome home, family. It's your mom and dad.
y'all.
And of course, your favorite family member is here. It's Katie Thurston.
Let's go.
Hi, guys.
Because listen, we're like, what do we want to do in this kind of interim? And I'm like, we need a sleepover type episode. It's been a
Yes.
hot minute since we had some drinks, recorded at nighttime, and had a sleepover energy. And I'm like, the family member that has to come over is our bestie, Katie.
And I'm wearing my Tommy.
I know, you are literally
pajamas.
If you're not on the YouTube, I mean,
You
you're
have
missing
to.
out that she literally has her cat
Custom.
on a custom PJ.
Now, next to Garfield, was that like a template, and
Gar-
then you
no.
threw your cat on there, or did you,
She's like-
you literally Google Garfield
First of all,
file and then put it on there?
Tommy's like Garfield could never.
Garfield
so.
and Tommy are friends. Garfield sent this to me to promote
yeah.
the new Garfield movie.
Can you believe Garfield literally sent this to Tommy?
Dude,
That's like, I mean,
geez.
that's called like high level Hollywood when
Yeah.
Garfield is acknowledging
Wow.
Tommy. So
know.
I just feel like that need to take a moment for the kiddies.
I know.
You're
Tommy,
so corporate.
unsponsored. They can pay us, though. Coming out in theaters soon.
But Katie, I'm so happy that you're here
Yes.
today.
Me too.
It's like we need.
You guys have the most comfortable couch, too, so
You know what?
the amount of times.
The amount of times that Katie, but now Katie lives in Los Angeles, so
do.
now
Yes.
you don't spend the night quite as often
No, yeah.
on the couch, which does anger our daughter because nothing made Ember happier than waking up and seeing Katie on the couch and being like, "We're hanging out all day today."
Yes.
Wait, I do have to ask because when I parked here, I had this flashback of the daytime where I had to get out of the car early and I was walking down the street and throwing up every couple of steps.
Stop it!
What did we do that night?
Stop it!
That was a low. Imagine like a woman walking her dog and you're just vomiting in her fucking garden.
I didn't know that happened.
Oh.
Was I already inside asleep?
Yeah.
No, you were working.
Oh, I wasn't a part of this.
No, you were working. What did we do the night before? It was like a big event, I think.
Yeah, and then Ember, Jess, and I, we went to breakfast, and I could not.
You were struggling.
I ditched them. I hung out in the parking lot until they were done with breakfast. A sit-down breakfast.
And she was throwing up in the parking.
Why didn't you just go home?
Well, because home was San
I think I
Diego.
was in San Diego, so it was gonna be a brutal drive.
And no, you know what though too? You were spending the night. I think you stayed for like 3 or 4
A few
days.
Yeah, I
Something
don't know.
was happening.
But I will say
now I
you
can't
do
remember.
have a weird ability to snap back like no one I've ever seen. Like we've had some nights out, come home late, and then like, I wake up the next morning like basically comatose, struggling. And she's just like, "Hi guys," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, no, you
is
wake up
going on?
earlier than any parent I've ever met.
You're up and you're
literally
just like, "Yep, no
good
problem."
morning. I'm making eggs.
You're like, "What is wrong with you?" It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Oh
And here we are drinking.
And here we are drinking
Now we're
because
here.
guess what, family? Today, what we are going to do, because it is sleepover, this is sleepover edition. We're going to do a truth or drink type of game. I feel like more than anything, though, it's more going to be like a truth and drink.
Probably.
Because
We've already
we're-
been drinking.
Listen, we're also, we're in our 30s here. And so we're sipping our drinks.
Yes.
And I also feel like we're going to just answer all these questions because
Yeah.
we don't have filters. And so I don't feel like, but if someone does refuse to answer a question, there needs to be like a solid gulp that
Yeah,
happens.
you have
Yeah.
to like drink half your drink.
We have to do a little bit of something, but I fear that we won't. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we will be answering the questions.
Yes.
And I think and I also think too that what we should do is everyone has to answer the question, unless it's because I do have a few specific for you. I had to,
But I do like the idea of like everyone's gonna chime in too.
yeah, everybody's gonna. So it's less fear based and it's more fun based.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. Okay, but before we actually get into the actual game, I needed your opinion on something because, at this point, like
This is so dumb.
I'm so excited
I'm
when
so
Evan.
right.
Oh, let's hear it.
because at this point, you're family. Like
Yeah.
you're like, this is your solid family. You're
Yeah.
like living on our couch,
Yeah.
half of the time. And something happened the other day where in the inter parts of our family, my mother revealed a pet peeve about Evan.
That you had told her?
No, that she has about Evan.
That she's witnessed. That she's witnessed.
That she's like, she finally said it. And this is, she adores her amazing son-in-law. But we were at her house and my mom looks at me and she's just like, or looks at Evan, excuse me. And she's like, I just have to say something, okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it happened to be something that has always kind of been like, we're all watch him do it and be like, what is he doing?
Right.
But it's never.
You think I've seen it?
You might have.
Maybe, but most likely not. Okay, should I
Go ahead.
should I do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I feel like I don't want to be misrepresented if I'm being honest with you.
Respect.
Because part of it is like me explaining what's going on. Okay. So here's the thing, everyone. And just don't judge me, but I want you to just actually listen to what I'm about to say and then actually digest it and realize that I'm right and everyone else is wrong who doesn't agree with me.
Wow. Okay.
You sound like, never mind.
So, and I know I'm known for these type of things. I'm an anti-water advocate. Everyone knows that, like.
What? I didn't know this.
Yeah, he used to be against water. He didn't believe in it, but
Well,
now
here's my
he's
thought
a water
on
drinker
water.
now.
I think everyone's drinking too much water. My personal opinion is just like you drink water when you're thirsty, but all this like up until very recently, all of a sudden everybody's walking around with gallons of water. Like that was never
He thinks
a thing.
they're over-watering.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, that is kind of consumerism.
you don't need that much water.
Yeah,
just drink
yeah.
when you're thirsty.
Yeah.
But everyone knows that about me.
Okay.
And I have my anti-water, clan. But then there's also the haters. Anyway,
ahead.
so this is what I
This
do.
is a new movement he's about to start right now.
This is specific, and I think that actually people will join my movement because it's kind of revolutionary. Here's the thing. So when you get out food, now not every type of food, but now that I think about it, I'm even more into using more food this way. So in your kitchen, you have plates, you have counters. Okay. When you make food, let's say you got some chips and salsa. Okay. Let's say you got a hamburger. Whatever, just something that you're going to grab and hold and eat. Not something with a fork, but like something you're going to grab and hold and eat. Anything. You have plates and you have counters. Now, every single day, you clean the counters multiple times, right? If you make a mess, you clean it. If you do dishes, you clean it. If you think you wipe it up, right? Plates. Okay, so
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, so hear me out. We're dealing with surfaces. Okay, these are just this is surfaces.
Explanation.
Okay.
And there's a counter that's like a surface, and there's a plate that's a surface. You're cleaning both of them. Now, generally, what people do is that if let's say even I want chips and salsa, what you'll do is you'll take salsa out, you'll put it in a little container, you'll take a plate out, you'll grab chips from the bag and put it on the plate. What I do is I skip these unnecessary steps. And I put the chips on the counter.
Directly on the counter.
So, but I'll still hold on. Now I will use a cup or some sort of container device for the salsa because you can't, scoop off a flat surface. Not a good idea. But I will put the chips directly on the counter. I will take the chips off the counter. I will dip and eat.
He will also do this with like a sandwich.
Yeah, I'll make a sandwich.
Put the sandwich
I'll
on the
make
counter.
it on the counter.
Okay.
Eat it off the counter, then wipe the counter down with a spray, with disinfectant, everything.
This isn't like butcher block counters, right? This isn't like meant to be consumed off of.
Hold on. I would never do it to counters that could be damaged.
Okay.
Right? So if you have counters that are like made of something that could be damaged or stained, I would never do this. But if you have counters that are not porous and could not be damaged, then I will do it on this counter.
Okay.
Now, I have been persecuted.
God, it's so
What did you make in front of her that caused
This has been happening for years.
No, I know it's happened for you. So what sparked it?
Well, the
this
first one
moment?
was chips. Like,
That one-
I would just take chips, put them on the counter, eat them off, and then after the crumbs and everything, I would wipe them off,
So
take
he's
spray,
clean.
clean, like it
But
never
it's
happened.
it's more like you can just take the bag of chips and put the bag of chips on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, why do he'll take a handful out of the bag and put them on the counter, and he will eat his meals off the counter. Okay, we got to take a quick pause, but oh family, I am so excited because as most of you know, we have our two rescue pups, Ashley and Arthur, and a little while back we used Embark's breed and health test to find out more about Ashley, and now we have used Embark to find out more about Arthur, and our answers are here. Obviously, we are so thrilled to be partnering with Embark, the provider of the most accurate dog DNA test on the market and the best gift to get the dog lover in your life. I would be thrilled to get this.
Yeah, seriously. Embark is so amazing. Like Jess said, we've tested Ashley and Arthur with Embark to discover their breed mix and learn more about their genetic health and potentially connect with their family using Embark's Relative Finder feature. It's the most accurate dog DNA test on the market, and it screens for more than 250 plus genetic health risks. And it's so easy. All you have to do is swab, send back, and shortly you have your pup's results.
Okay, so we have shared previously Ashley's results, but are you ready for Arthur's? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Thank you. Family. I am shocked. This is not what I expected. So Arthur is the highest percentage poodle. Okay, I'm like, what? Poodle. And right after that, Chihuahua, but then 21% super mutt, which means he descends from like generations of mixed breeds. He's got a long line, and that is including mini Schnauzer, American Spitz, which I see now with his tail, Pekingese, and a good amount of Yorkie and Pomeranian. Like, wow. I did not expect this at all. And it's so exciting. And now also because they test health and genetic risks, we found out that he could be in the future at risk for retinal atrophy. So we're able to now take this to our vet and address this now. And also with Arthur, we found so many direct relatives through Embark's Relative Finder, and they look so much alike.
Seriously.
We
need to get like t-shirts.
It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's family reunion time soon, okay, baby? Embark is incredible, and again, it makes for such a great gift. We're actually going to be getting one for your sister for sure. She was asking about
the puppies.
That. Yes, so cute. Get the dog DNA test that is trusted by millions. Right now, Embark has a limited time offer on their breed and health test for our listeners. Go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $50 with promo code MOMDAD. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code MOMDAD to save $50 today. I'm telling you, if you or a loved one has a dog, I mean, it's been so exciting.
It's so worth it and so special.
It's so special. All right, back to Katie.
Look, I was when you said sandwich, I was on your side. I get that.
Okay.
I have eaten sandwiches off the counter.
Yes.
Or paper towel. You know?
Paper towel,
Sure.
I get. Sure.
You know? But then
you've eaten a sandwich off a counter.
Plenty of times.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This is why you guys are such good friends.
But the chips that is where you lose me, because why not just leave the bag on the counter and pull it from the chip bag as you go?
Or like carrots.
You put wet carrots on the
carrots
counter.
on the counter.
Anything on a counter that is grabbable.
Nothing is off limits if he can grab it.
If it's grabbable, if it's finger food, like burger, anything that's grabbable. If my counter is clean.
On the counter.
Look,
it's greasy.
I feel like breads can be on the counter. Pizza I can get with.
Okay.
I am on your side with pizza, hamburger, sandwich. Carrots, that's weird. The chips, that's a lot of crumbs
everywhere.
What else do you put?
Yeah, but are you eating the crumbs? Like when you put your hand in the thing, are you grabbing the crumb?
It just seems like an extra step that you don't need.
No, it's the opposite. If you're going into the bag, no. Everyone follow me here. If you're going into the bag, that is a nuisance.
No.
You got to go into the bag. You got to find the chip, bring it out. Hopefully it doesn't break. Then it's way too much work.
Heaven forbid.
It's way too much work for a single bite. If I have it all there, I can bam. Because now I don't eat super slow. I eat fast. So I'm bam. And the crumbs, I go whoop, done. If I use a plate, now I'm having to wash the plate. It's the same thing. But now it's an extra step to grab the plate.
I'll just say this, okay?
But see, I'm getting hate on the fact that counters are dirty,
what
plates
about a pickle? A whole pickle.
He'll put a pickle on the counter.
See, to be honest with you, no, I wouldn't put it on the counter because I eat the pickle. I don't eat it in steps. I go, pickle gone.
Okay, sushi.
I feel like I've seen you.
Sushi rolls.
No, because I'm not going to eat a sushi. When I eat sushi, I sit down.
Let's say it's to go from this grocery store.
I would never. I mean, I have some self-respect. No, but I'm just saying
I'm split. I'm 50-50.
Give me. But see, I'm getting hate because they're saying it's not clean.
People's
it's a
hands
mess.
on there.
It's all this stuff. But I am cleaning. I feel like I'm cleaning the counter all day. Now, if there's shit all over the counter, I'm not putting the stuff there.
But
I still might
hands,
actually.
Even you don't clean the counter then before you put your food on the counter, so you don't know whose hands were on there before. People put a grocery bag on there. Things are put on the counter.
Okay, I will say this. I get it, but I've always, and you're gonna hate this, I've always been in the mindset of it helps my immune system. You know, like the whole.
I'm in the same boat as you. You know who? Hey, you know who never gets sick?
That's what I'm saying.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy gets sick once every 3
train your
years.
You
body.
never get sick either,
Yeah.
actually.
So I'm
I've
also
known you-
not afraid of a little bag on the counter.
Yeah. Drink the water out of the hose, you know?
Cockroach mentality.
Listen, though, I will say this. Okay.
See, this is interesting. Now that I have an ally, or at least somewhat of an ally,
When you come down to my
someone is
mom's house, you
retreating.
have to tell her.
Jess is retreating a little. She's kind of going, well, let me, actually.
I'm not
it's like-
retreating. I'm not retreating. But here's the thing. My mom she's a very, very neat
Yes.
person. So
Me
she
or like germaphobe? Because those are, I feel like, two
she's
different
not so much of
things.
a germaphobe, but like her house is like you could lick every corner of every crevice. Like that's her thing. Is
So
like
is
cleaning,
she upset
cleaning.
about the crumbs, or is she
Yes,
upset about the
she's
germs?
upset about the crumbs.
But you're upset about the germs.
I get a little more like freaked out about the germs, but my mom is just like
Your mom is not concerned about the crumbs. She's concerned because I will clean it all. It's more she can't witness.
she doesn't want to witness the
She
dirtiness
can't
that's going
witness
down.
any sort of like disorganization. So it's not so much that she has no faith that it will be clean. It's watching it happen. You know what I mean? That it's not organized and
It's like
clean.
her
as
watching something very upsetting to her.
Yes.
So she finally told Evan the other day, she was like, listen, I just have to tell you this. You do this and it makes me crazy. Like,
Right.
stop doing it.
you
And then,
gonna
of
stop?
course,
Absolutely not.
you have to do it for my mom.
No, I won't do it. I
mother-in-law.
won't do it in front of her, but I will absolutely do it behind her back.
Okay, fair.
No question
That's a good
about it.
When
compromise.
she's not in her living room, all of a sudden
Yes.
you're just eating just like piles of chips off of
Because
the
I
counter.
even think it's a more natural way to eat. All this plate stuff, you know what I mean? It's like put it all on a big platform and eat off of it. I like
Charcuterie
that. You know what I
board
mean?
vibes.
Exactly. Why all of a sudden? Thank you, man. Gosh, it's like finally I have an advocate. Here's the thing: is it's like you're exactly right. We put it on a board and we serve it at a restaurant. Now all of a sudden it's cool. Right? Like, think about it. You put honey right on the board. It's not in a little carafe.
That's true.
It's right on the board. And we're smearing it.
Okay, well,
See?
listen, family, I would like you to sound off in the comments.
Yes,
And in
please.
fact, you know what?
Support
Actually,
me.
speaking of this, because I don't feel like we've talked about pet peeves before, everybody go, I'll put the link in the episode notes, go to our call home voicemail and leave us voicemails about what your pet peeves are.
Yes.
Go off about your pet peeves. Whether you think that they are righteous or strange, go off. And we'll talk next episode. We'll dive into some pet peeves.
Please drop your pet peeves.
Yes, and we'll discuss.
And just in general, hashtags haven't been really popular, I felt like, in a long time. But I want us to start one called "Counters Are Big Plates." You know what I mean? Because that's really what they are.
Yeah.
They're big plates.
Yeah.
And we have we think about we have these huge plates in our kitchen called counters, and then we pull tiny ones and put them on top of the other plates. So if you
There's
don't,
too many plates.
you should be
There's too many
stacking.
plates.
Yeah, basically you're putting a plate on top of a plate. That's the way I look at it. So anyway,
So question, if you were Katie, okay, let's say this.
Oh.
You were with a partner.
Okay.
You are, may I say, currently seeing someone new?
Is this you asking if I'm dating?
I mean, you know that I know. I was like, can I say this publicly?
Yeah, I'm seeing somebody.
Yes, she's seeing somebody.
Off the market.
Yes.
wow.
Actually, I don't know if
Seeing
I've-
someone versus off the market. That's
Well, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
difference.
Oh, yeah, no, you're
I was
off
about
the
to say,
market.
I haven't actually said this yet because
tea.
the most I've said is off the market, and that was vague enough that people were like not dating
Right.
or like seeing someone. So like, you heard it here first.
Taken off the market.
Taken.
She's taken off
Taken
the
off the
market.
market.
Off the market's different than taken, like
Yeah.
you said. Like some people could be like, "Oh, well, you're just deciding to take a break from dating." It's like, no.
Happily.
And we
Snatched up.
love
Snatched up.
him.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Wait, what? Are you put?
No, I'm saying we love him.
No, love as in very much like.
No.
You just tricked me to actually, to be honest, I said it one time when I was drunk and I was like, my bad.
Oopsie, you didn't hear it from me. No, I was saying we love him, if
Oh.
I can say
Yes.
that.
Yeah, thank you. I think he's the best.
He's amazing. And are you gonna make relationships? Are we gonna talk about them on social media? Or are you deciding to kind of just keep everything now
I don't know.
more private and
Definitely in the beginning, more private. I
Yeah.
have this like 90-day trial that I
Yeah.
always like talk about. We're within that 90-day trial, but I'm very, very confident we are going to exceed that. So I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it happens. But we've been like seen out in public together, and I mean, he's also like a public person. So like some people out there already know. They know before we even put it out there.
Has it been talked about at all?
I mean, we get like the occasional comments here and there, you know? And like, I don't know, sometimes we keep them, sometimes we delete them because, you know, we're just kind of enjoying us right now.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful. Well,
my
as you
gosh.
should.
Yeah, and we'll find out, or the public will find out one day who it is when you're married.
Kind
So
of.
still be like,
At this rate, it might happen in December. I don't know.
honestly. Okay, but if this individual was at your apartment
Yes.
and he started eating chips off of the counter without a plate, would you have like
Oh, you guys, I'm in a phase right now with him where this
He
man
could put the chips in the
could
garbage and eat them
off
after
his
the garbage.
stomach like an otter.
And dip and do the put the dip in the belly
Swear
button.
to God, I'd be like, oh my God, he's so cute.
That is such
you're like,
a
I'm gonna eat
cute
it out of his
way.
belly?
I'm like, can I have some?
Oh, I love that.
I don't know if there's anything I hate about him or have
There's nothing.
Everything's so like cute and quirky and adorable, and I'm like, yeah, do that.
Wow.
So there's nothing.
No,
There's nothing.
I think
Wow.
it could be a problem.
Yeah.
I recognize that's probably unhealthy, and I should.
I don't think so.
No.
It's beautiful.
I think
Because
that
it'll
it's like-
fade. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but yeah, I am very much in that
Yeah.
like so-called honeymoon phase where I'm like, do whatever.
Are you a farter in front of your partner?
No.
Okay.
I will say if he did that, like if he did it on accident, like we're probably,
Whatever.
But if there's my pet peeve. I've had guys who get so comfortable that they will just like fart on
Rip
you.
one.
And
Aren't on you.
on me. Like, come on, this is so
I
funny.
couldn't do it. I couldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm just
no,
like,
no.
come on.
No.
Yeah,
Come
thanks,
on.
bro.
It's
yeah,
too
got
far.
it.
It's too
Now,
far.
what about fart in your presence? Not on. I mean, on you is aggressive. I'm
just think-
saying like
I just think
a general fart. Like just walk into the
personally-
house, rip.
no. I think
Okay.
you should do everything in your power to make it discreet or go away.
Yes.
Accidents happen, but
Of
like
course.
kind of like I don't know, like a burp. You're not just gonna like I don't
know. A lot of people do.
Well, look,
we
I
don't. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. If you have to burp, I would hope you wouldn't just like belch it out, but you would
Okay.
like maybe try to like I don't know, kind of in your
Now,
arm or something.
indefinitely.
Farting?
I'm saying this
Burping, farting.
this
Yeah.
rule you have, is this indefinite?
I would just prefer we not get to that level where we don't care about the
10 years
like,
in, same.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's a level of like sexual attraction you want to maintain.
Yeah.
And like if you can just like go ahead and fart somewhere else, like freaking do that.
Yeah, please.
See, it's interesting. We feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're very much not that way in front of each other. But I think I always feel like the weirdo. That when this conversation comes up with friends, and I'm like, oh, do you fart in front of Jess? It's like, no. They're like, what?
What?
Like people do like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if we took a poll of everyone listening right now, the majority would say, oh, no, we let it rip in front of our
We've talked
partners.
about this before. I am of the firm belief that it's actually a great way to test if you're going to be compatible for forever.
Oh, God.
Like towards the beginning of the first few dates, I think people are they're farters in front of each other or they're not.
I mean, first few dates would be
But like even
next
but
level.
even like,
date 3, just ripping
but
farts.
like the conversation of it too, just kind of being like even just bringing it up. I swear there's a compatibility there. Like because some people, it's like, oh, it makes me feel like we're really comfortable with each
Yeah.
other, and they enjoy it and they think it's funny.
Do you
So,
shit
like,
with the door open?
No,
Never.
never.
See, yeah, I'm not living with anyone right now.
Yeah.
But like I think there are people who do that, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And I think that that's like but for some people, it's like there's an intimacy there where they're like, oh, it makes me feel like close because we're fully safe with each other. I'm like,
Well,
that's not what I want.
good
My
for them.
intimacy is to
First of all,
stay away.
yeah. First of all, when someone says I love everything about you, that's not true. Just always know that.
well, what do you hate about Jess?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Are you gonna drink?
I wouldn't love her farts.
Are we starting?
I would love her
Actually,
despite her farts.
speaking of,
but I
this
wouldn't
is
love those things. You know what I'm saying?
A question for the table. I did have this one, and this was kind of like a random one, but off of this.
Yeah.
Here's a scenario.
Okay.
Starting truth or drink, or truth
Yes.
and drink, like we say. You're in a public restroom and just went number 2. Then you realize your stall has no toilet paper. What do you do?
Oh, jeez.
What does everybody do?
Well,
I immediately obviously we're looking for seat covers. And so if there's no seat covers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Your seat cover.
I go straight for a seat cover. Yeah. Sure. It's essentially.
If there's a multi-stall and someone's in there, I have no problem asking. I've done that before. Reach under the stall and there's a hand.
Excuse me.
I'm like, I just wait number 2. So can you do a little bit more, please?
You're like, no, I'm just trying to hold your hand.
Yeah.
If there's no one in there, I'll get up, and move.
Okay. What about this?
I'll get up and go to the other stall real quick.
With your pants still down?
No, I'd probably clinch. Well, no, I'm not saying I'd love it. I'm just saying the reality is, what are my options? Wait 20 minutes till someone else comes in?
I would rather waddle with my bare ass out and go to the next stall.
And when someone comes in and your pants down waddling shit ass.
I would say.
Right? That's way weirder.
No, I would just be like, yo.
If your pants are up, no one knows except you. And then you just have to put it down and then kind of clean up. But
no.
Pants down waddle is like, yo, you're reported to the bouncer.
Okay, but your underwear is different. Most of our underwear goes up our ass.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm not like, no.
That's true. You guys have your outfits are different.
You're wiping your ass at that point with your underwear.
Yeah, you gotta throw the underwear away. Yeah.
Okay, family, another quick pause before diving into more truth and drink. So here's the thing for me. Comfy clothes are a non-negotiable, okay? Non-negotiable, but also I do want them to look good and cute, and that can be especially challenging to find when you're looking specifically for active wear, like clothes you'll be performing complex movement in, like, some batch-themed pickleball or a golf day with Evan, et cetera, et cetera.
Say less.
You know what I mean? All the clothing I've tried personally is uncomfortable. It's tight in the wrong places. It's weird sizing, or it's too stretchy, too restrictive, out of color seasons, never enough pockets, all of that. Here's the truth of the matter. An outfit, good or bad, it can impact your entire day, like stiff fabrics and strange cuts that sit uncomfortably when in reality, you need to feel your most authentic self to perform. Well, Rhone has stepped up to the challenge, baby. The new Rhone Women's Course to Court collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and truly versatile set of dynamic activewear on the market. Okay, everybody, I have a few pieces from Rhone's collections, and when I tell you they are the chicest, most comfortable, I feel so good wearing them. I feel so good in them. They are high quality, high comfortability. I think that's the word, comfortability. And they're a high key cute on top of all of it.
Yeah. Rhone puts a premium on fit and functionality. Luxe fabrics like cosmic knit, celestial knit serve as the foundation, supporting your freedom of movement and breathability for optimal performance. Rhone weaves innovation into every stitch, down to chafe-free seams, hidden liners with drop-in pockets, subtle back openings for easy on and off, and double layer waistbands that stay in place.
Yeah, and you need that freedom of movement with your golf game.
Here's the thing, when I get to the top, if I have friction, you know what I mean, I'll start to slice it.
It's true. It's true. Okay, you need that. And by the way, it's treated with Gold Fusion anti-odor technology for more wears between washes. You'll be fresh and clean all day long, so you can say so long to those lingering odors. And I'm telling you, I've been wearing my Rhone a lot the past couple weeks, and this is true. The anti-odor technology is truly incredible. I'm telling you, the fits are amazing, beyond soft. And I know that it's the Course to Court collection, but I have been wearing my Rhone pieces everywhere. It's like my new park fit when I go to the park with Ember. Running, chasing around. It's perfect. I'm obsessed. Also, the sport skirt and the sport dress are so cute. I love them so much. You have to go online and check out the pieces. They have premium dresses, quarter zips, polos, skirts, and more. The Course to Court collection can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to rhone.com/momdad and use promo code MOMDAD to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to rhone.com/momdad and use code MOMDAD. Rhone, for every day, forever you, forever forward. Okay, let's get back into it. Okay, here's another situation. You're in a singular public restroom. There's no other stalls.
And there's a line.
There's a line, but there's nobody. There's nobody that you can ask, or you can't go to the next stall and get toilet paper. Really? Okay,
the sock's coming off.
Because I'm like, if there's no seat covers and there's no paper towels.
Oh.
The sock's coming off.
I mean, I think at that point I have to get creative.
Yeah,
because we're talking like the napkins, the paper towel, like
it's all gone.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's nightmare
That's
fuel.
never happened to me. So I feel like I do feel
Yeah, because you would check before.
I feel like you
right?
do
before
always
you
check.
sit down.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
I don't think I would. I think I've
Ran?
I've definitely been in many situations where there's no toilet paper, but so I ended up using like the seat cover.
Yeah, I have a funny thought. I have a funny thing that happened to me once. I don't know why this is so funny, but it happened not that long ago. So I went into a bathroom, and for some reason, they had set. For some reason, you know when you go into a restroom that is like they're timed lights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've gone into the restroom recently where the light turned off mid poo.
You just waited?
No, it didn't work. So then someone came in and the light turned on, and then they like sat down and heard me, and I just the only thing I thought to myself was like, this guy's by himself, like is shitting in the dark, and, you know, and then I had to get out, like wash my hands, and he like sees me because he was peeing, and it's just like, yo, how long have you been in here? Like you were in the dark by yourself. And I will say,
the lights to go off, you are contemplating like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 15? It was a, you know what I mean? It was like a different situation. I'm just saying, but I will say this bathroom specifically, and it's a place where I work a lot.
Exposing yourself.
Oh, no.
Your coworkers know now.
It turns off weirdly fast, probably 5 minutes.
No, I had been to places like that.
So it's like every time I go in there and I do need to go number 2, it's like a race. Because I'm like, I gotta beat the light.
Hop and squat, baby.
Because if not, and no one comes in, you're fully wiping and everything in the dark.
Oh no.
Oh, that's scary.
It's a wild feeling.
Question.
Yeah.
And this is a public restroom. There's like people coming in, peers, coworkers. This is not like not everyone's your friend. This is people like I'm working with who I met with that day. And they're like walking in and they're like, yo, our music director was in the dark.
Okay, wait, truth or drink. When you go number 2, do you check that it's clean? Like, do you look at your wipes?
This is becoming a full poo podcast.
Welcome to the poo hour.
We went from being like, we would never go in front of each other.
Now we're talking about
now
it.
you're talking about going in the dark. I'm like, okay, so what do you do like 3 wipes? You're like, I'm good? Or do you like check your...
Yo, if you don't check, you're a psychopath.
That's wild. Not checking is
Not
wild.
checking is like literally psycho behavior.
It's absolutely
Do you not check?
I do check.
Oh my gosh.
I've never had this conversation.
If anyone doesn't check, you need to be checked because that is crazy. To just not check and go, I have my protocol, 3 wipes. No matter what happens, it's 3. I mean, that is diabolical.
That might be the norm. I've just never had this conversation.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I guess I've never asked. I'm like, no, of course I checked.
Do you stand up or sit down?
Stand up?
Stand up when I poo?
No, when you wipe.
Oh, sit down.
I stand up.
What do you mean? It's hard. I've had to stand. I've had to stand up before.
Standing
kind of like a squat stand.
Okay, yeah, I kind of do that a little bit.
But like cheeks off.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you're not like rubbing your arm against the toilet.
Oh my gosh, I've had to do that like in nature once, and that was so hard.
I don't know if it's a flexibility thing or like why I do it, but I can't stay on the toilet, shove my hand in the toilet bowl.
Are you
Yeah.
okay? Is this your first time pooing? I'm having a hard time understanding
saying,
this. You do this.
stand-
You do this. You lean forward. You lean to the side.
Not the demonstration.
You don't stay on the toilet and then just dunk your hand in the water, hopefully getting it.
No, I definitely do this.
What?
Yeah, no. Now that I think about it, I do stand up a little bit and squat.
inside.
I don't know why I do.
Wow.
I don't know when that started or like I don't know. At some point I learned like that's not everyone does that.
No.
But I think it's 50-50. Let's hold that judgment.
I would say
Okay.
it's more of an 80-20 for sure.
Drop your comments right now. Are you a stander or a sitter?
Standing is just
So we'll call it squatting.
okay.
It's a squat. It's a squat.
Okay.
You're not like full erect standing
Yeah, you're
like a soldier.
standing straight up.
Yeah, no. Then,
getting
then you're
a little
clenched.
quad workout.
Yeah, because then
Yeah,
you're
okay.
too clenched. You
All
gotta,
right.
you're squatting.
Unreal. Okay, let's
Anywho,
move
let's
off
dive
poo.
into this.
For all those people right now who are just absolutely
Who wants to go first? Pick from the bowl.
I will.
Pick from the bowl.
I'm sorry for anyone who was listening
of wonders.
during breakfast.
Oh, that's true. Oh my God.
that's gross.
So sorry,
Sorry, guys.
everybody. So
All right.
sorry. Counters and pooping.
Ooh. Have you ever cheated or helped someone else cheat?
Oh, we're starting off with a bang.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'll go first.
Oh.
I don't know if I consider it like full board cheating. because the person I was seeing somebody.
This is the moment I find out she's having an affair.
I'm like, I've been cheating on Evan this whole time. No, so there was someone that I was seeing. I saw numerous people when Evan and I weren't dating when we were on our break. Well, not break, our breakup. And one of the guys that I was like seeing longer, we never officially were boyfriend, girlfriend, but I think it was assumed that we were just seeing each other. And then I ran into Evan at a holiday party.
Wait, so technically...
I guess technically I mean...
Cheated with me?
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
Oh.
Sorry,
like I said, there wasn't like a defined like,
sure.
Oh, we're girlfriend,
Right.
boyfriend. Are you seeing anyone? No, but we weren't.
Yeah.
And I did immediately go back and tell the guy. And I was like, I can't be with you. I'm clearly still obsessed with my ex.
Who's now your husband and baby daddy.
Yes. But as far as have I helped anyone cheat? Kind of, I think.
Really?
Whoa, really?
But not like help. I don't know if I would say help, but it was like the person didn't end up cheating, but I definitely like facilitate it so that they would be safe if they did. And what it was the person was dating someone who I found to be a very unsavory character and didn't want them with them. And I think everybody was kind of feeling the same way. But it was like, they're not leaving this person.
It's like a bad person.
So then when this
like,
individual was like, I met this person, I think they're great. I was like, you should break up. But it was just kind of, it was a tough situation. And so it was kind of like, I won't say anything type thing.
Got it.
So maybe I'm a bad amount here. I'm
see,
like, I cheated and I'm helping facilitate.
No, I think
I feel like it was
not
this person's
saying
way
anything is
out.
not the same as helping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't like hiding the person, but I was just kind of like, I'm not going to go and like, I'm not going to ruin, like, I'm not going to mess up the situation.
Right. How about you?
I can think of one time where a girlfriend like cheated, but like kissing. I know. I'm a believer in like cheating's cheating. You know?
Right.
But there are different levels that are like a little more like, okay, you can probably recover from that. You know,
Evan and I just made out. That was our cheating when I cheated.
Oh, see, well, there you go.
But I'm like, that's cheating. So.
Yeah. She made out with someone and was seeing someone, but I didn't help with it, but we were all hanging out and I didn't stop it. So like, it's kind of like, you know?
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah, that is tough.
One.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I've definitely like, now that I think about it, like I've definitely like not said stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like known someone was doing something and not said stuff.
And it's one of those things like, you know, I've been cheated on before, not by Evan, but I have been cheated on before. Just to make that clear.
Right.
But I've been cheated on before and also come from like, you know, where the family had gotten cheated on and it's a whole thing. So it's like even saying like, oh, I helped someone, it like hurts me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something about, there's certain situations where you're kind of like, okay, do I know this person well enough to like be the person to be getting in the middle of something?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. You were going to ask something though?
Yes. Okay. Let's just put this in a very hypothetical.
Okay.
Let's just say it's your brother. I know your brother's like happily married and in his own thing, but just in this scenario, he's not. Him and I are dating. So obviously you're closest to your brother. I only met you and because of your brother, right?
Yes.
We're girlfriend, boyfriend. Your brother cheats on me one night.
Yeah.
Do you tell me?
No.
Wow.
What do you do?
Here's why.
I love an ultimatum.
Here's the thing. I would dive into him.
Right.
And say, you need to fix this. This is a problem. I would call him out as a person, as a man, as my friend, as everything. But for me to now interject myself into your guys' relationship, now I've kind of joined your guys' relationship. Because it's like, now let's not talk
then
about...
if Katie's coming over like all the time and she's one of your best friends, you're seeing her like...
No, I know, but there is a level where it's like, it's between you and him. Like this. If Jess cheated on me and you saw it, I wouldn't expect you to tell me.
Yeah.
I would expect you to dive into her, figure that out. So my thing is like, I would want to tell you.
Right.
My body would be screaming.
Yeah.
You should know. I'm going to do everything I can to facilitate them coming together and figuring this out. But I can't be the one that like is trying to mend or break them up, or you don't have to figure that out for them because it's like, what is my involvement?
This is where I'm like, I love an ultimatum. I'd be like, hey, listen, I'm going to give you like a time frame because I can't be interacting with the both of you. I can't like, this is someone who I love deeply. Like I'm giving you a time limit, dude. Like I would put up an ultimatum. Like I'm not going to be the one, I'm not going to run and say something, but I will if in this time you either aren't like ending the relationship or talking to the person.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm also kind of in the thought of it. I also like, okay, so let's put it into perspective. That's a real tough one because we're dealing with like my brother, my blood, this person I've known my whole life, who's one of my best friends ever. And then you, who I love very dearly, but also at the same time, like have not known for 35 years. You know what I mean? So it's a little different in that way too, where it's like, that's so close. To me, it's like tougher, but also clearer. Now, if you said, if I saw, like I say, in this situation, this person you're saying, let's say in 2 years, you guys are super serious, everything's, and then I see him out.
Yeah.
But we're not, but like, I'm cool with them and everything, but like, it's me and you know, we're close, but like, I love him. He's great. But at the same time, like my relationship with you is far deeper than his.
Yeah.
And I see something going on. I would not immediately run and tell you. I would have to put it through a filter of like, what will this do?
Yeah.
Will this help or hurt? And then like when I think about you, I'd tell her. Because my initial thing is always tell. But then I've just like, in a practical form, I always see this kind of thing go, it plays out in very different ways and people react very differently. So that's kind of, I'd have to put it through a filter before I do anything.
Katie?
I feel like I'm the same as you. I couldn't hold on to that guilt. Like I'm such a like pure person and I can't lie or hide things very well that I would have no choice but to be like, you have to say something or I have no choice but to say something.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Not pure.
Sorry, I don't mean it like that, but you know, like that's a heavy secret to hold and I don't want that.
I couldn't see both people.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. At the end of the day, I probably would reach out to the person and go, hey, just so you know, I saw this.
Yeah.
It sucks. I don't know what to do here, but like, can you give me some clarity?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can figure this out. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not involved in this, but at the same time, like I'm seeing your significant other like regularly, like, well, what do you want me to do here?
Yeah.
I'd probably say, what do you want me to do? And then kind of see how they respond. And then now that they know, then they'd have to sit with it. But I wouldn't just go blind. You know, I definitely wouldn't just pretend it didn't happen. I'd probably kind of have to do something. My point is I wouldn't just run back to the person and go, Katie, I saw this yesterday. I'd probably be like, I got to sit with it for a little bit, figure out how we're going to handle this.
Ooh, that's a heavy out the gate.
Wow, we got dark on this episode.
Yeah, we went from
have you ever had a finger in your ass? Come on,
we went from poo to cheating. Okay.
God.
What's your most shallow reason for not going on a second date?
Ooh.
I don't know if it's I can't. I have an answer.
Okay, say it.
I was so when I was dating in LA, I really had this bias towards men who had roommates.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I don't know if that makes me shallow or not, because like, you know, financially, like,
sure,
it's not that, but it's also like I'm in my 30s. I don't need to date a guy who has roommates. But also it's like, oh, you know, the economy and LA is expensive and all these people are pursuing stuff. But like, it really bothered me when I would go on a date with guys who had roommates, which was a lot of them.
Yeah.
But that makes sense to me. Like there's two elements to that. There's the like financially, whatever I need, that stability. But then there's also the like when we go back to your house and like we're talking in the kitchen, like, you know, Jerry isn't coming in going, hey guys, what's up? I'm just gonna I'm gonna grab some chips and put it on the counter. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you're like you're always in someone's business when you're trying to like either hook up or talk about something intimately on the couch, and then there's like I brought my 3 gaming buddies over, and now you're like,
I'm sure it also has to depends highly on the roommate as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fam, quick pause. So in today's pod, if you haven't been able to tell, we're going to be getting into some personal sexy time questions. Okay? So let me share with you all about something we tried in our personal sexy time, and that was Via's Gummy High Love. Via has developed a unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and a medium dose of THC all into one mind-blowing gummy. Their best-selling gummy High Love. And without getting to TMI, I'll just say if this sounds like something you'd enjoy, Evan and I have enjoyed it very much.
Yes,
we've
enjoyed it.
We've enjoyed it very much.
Recommend it.
But let's just talk about Via in general. Trusted by over 250,000 customers, Via's hemp products are the Swiss Army knife of wellness, meaning they've got a gummy for everything. Need to chill out after a long day? There's a Via gummy for that. Dealing with anxiety or stress? There's a Via gummy for that, etc. and etc. So if you're 21 years of age and over, check out our link to Via's website in our description for 15% off.
Yeah, and Via also offers a wide array of other gummies with and without THC, ranging from 0 to 100 milligrams, so that you guys can have yourself covered when you're looking to microdose or enjoy some other potent effects. I love their Dreams gummy before bedtime. It's pure bliss. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And again, they also have those 0 THC products. If THC isn't for you, you can still take advantage of their CBD line with products designed for sleep, focus, and energy. My favorites are Flow State for when I'm working and Zen before bedtime. And by the way, their products have great flavor and are made with vegan and organic ingredients. So whether you're a 2 milligram or a 50 milligram user looking to potentially improve your sleep, focus, or recovery, Via has something for you. You can shop through their website by strength and effect. And the best part, Via legally ships to all 50 states in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee, no medical card required. So again, if you are 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code MOMDAD to receive 15% off. And after you purchase, they ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Take your passion and pleasure to a whole new level with High Love from Via Hemp. Ooh la la. Back to it.
What would you do
I get that,
if you go home with this guy? He has roommates, or he has a roommate, okay? Guy comes out, smoke show, charming,
Oh no.
and you're way more interested in the roommate.
How many dates has she gone on with the other guy?
Like 3 or 4.
I
Things are going really well, but then the roommate walks out and you're like, dream guy.
Okay, here's the thing, and Jess can verify this.
I was gonna say, I'm like, when we're talking Katie Thurston, this is a different, yes.
I'm not a big person when it comes to looks as a starting point.
Okay, let's not even say looks at it. Just comes out and it's just immediately like the
like
vibe
fireworks.
is like, if this guy didn't exist, you would absolutely be like flirting with this guy and vibing with him big time.
I mean,
And you're like, this guy's going to be around all the time.
I feel like naturally whatever happens.
Right.
You know, like at 3 to 4 dates in, I feel like I'm pretty like focused on this guy.
Yes.
But like if the guy can't hold my attention, I'm not gonna stray from him and chase this guy. But like if this other guy seems like a more compatible match, the heart wants what the heart wants.
But what would you do?
I would follow the proper procedure and end the
Break up and
relationship.
then show up the next day
Well, no,
at the house
that
again?
would-
He's like, what are you doing here? You're
that's
like,
tough.
I mean, yeah, that just gets so messy. I've never been in
Yeah.
a situation like that where I've like dated like within like a friend group, you know, not that I can think of. Because then that guy has to decide like what's more important, pursuing this chick or like his brotherhood, you know?
right.
But like I just go where my heart takes me,
Yeah.
and
I love
that
that.
sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
Okay.
So
All right.
Okay, let's see. What was the exact question? Read it again.
What's your most shallow reason for not going on a second date?
Okay. I don't know if this is considered shallow, but I feel bad because it's not something the person can help, but a voice.
I wouldn't go on a first date because of a voice.
So
true.
there was a guy that I went on a date with, and I was like, he was great.
First date, he's like, how's it going? Second date, he's like, actually, this is my voice. And you're like, oh, fuck.
It was like but I met him, and he was a really nice guy. Everything seemed great. And I was like, physically, he was a handsome guy. But I heard his voice and I was just like, it's just not doing it for me. But I'm like, you know what, Jessica, stop. He asked me out and I was like, I'm going to go on a date with, why? No, I can't say no. Like, this seems like a great guy, whatever. And then we were at that first date and we were at dinner and I was just like, I can't, the voice. And it wasn't like it was a terrible voice.
Yeah.
voices are so big to me.
Yeah.
Like they really, really matter to me. So that got me. I'm like, I can't. The sound you've shown me before when you were on the apps a while back, and you would like show that the like Hinge or whatever, you can do a voice memo.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that was like that would be a game changer for me to hear someone's voice. I could be like yes or no.
If there was a voice note that they left on Hinge,
Yep.
I would go straight to that and listen. And if I didn't like it, it was a no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm a big voice.
Yeah, you love the voice too. That was one of the things I right away was like, oh, she sees me when we first started hanging out, because you were talking about someone that you were like, oh, I don't care for their voice. And I'm like, you are so open to like meeting people and whatever, and it's not like, oh, here's my checklist.
Yeah.
But the voice mattered to you, and I was like, she sees me. We get each other.
Yeah.
Most shallow reason. You know what, Katie? I think about you and I go, you're so great in so many ways.
Like, where
Scared where this is going. I'm so.
But I will say there's one thing about you that, like, I know for a fact would be a big deal breaker between us.
Oh.
It is your level of communication.
What?
That I hear about between you and your guy, that you are like, so what my point is
I know
this.
where this is going.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if this girl was amazing, but like the texts were pretty continuous when it came to the back, like in needing a back and forth.
Yeah.
I would be like, unfortunately for you and me, I can't keep this up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if
Evan
someone
is not a
needed
texter
a lot of just back and forth, but like that's like carefree back and forth, that would be hard for me. I can hop on a call and chat.
Yeah.
But texting, a need for a back and forth texting, playfully, regular, all day, I couldn't do it.
Evan texts like an old man.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't even think I text Evan hardly ever.
No, it's like 2 words.
It's only if I need something.
And he doesn't respond. Like,
No, my thing is this. My thing is this. If you like, I have no problem texting, but I will say when it's just playful back and forth, after about 3 or 4 of those,
you're exhausted.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. When someone hits me with like isn't this crazy? And I go, yeah, that is crazy. Did you see this? Yeah. Did you see this? Yeah, totally. What you been up to? If someone hits me with a what you been up to, it makes me want to throw my phone in a lake.
So when he's gone,
what do you want me to say? Well, lately I just filed my tax. I mean, like, what possibly? I would never ask that question.
So when he's gone for work, so like, let's just say, he's in Nashville, let's say for like 2 weeks or whatever. He's got a trip coming up where he's gonna be gone for a while. The way that the communication works is he will text me like maybe twice in the day and be like, "How are you, babe?" And I respond, "I'm good, heart." And then he'll maybe send me like a photo of what he's doing.
No voice memos to each other.
No.
Oh, I can't.
And I'm
voice memos.
And you know me with my 17 long minute voice memos.
She sends me these 4-minute ones, and I'm like, "What do you want me to do? I'm in rehearsal. I can't listen to this."
I just have to say something.
It's so cute. No, I love it. At the end of the day, hearing her voice. But if you need an answer, never voice
I'll
memo.
I'll ask him questions, even though I know he's in rehearsal, and it's like a 10
And it's like I can't. And I'll see it show up at like 3:60. I'm like, there's like 3:44, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, we've sent.
What am I gonna do? I need like an hour before I can even listen to this thing.
I think I have sent you once a 14 long minute voice memo.
1,000%. I don't even hesitate.
Like we voice memo all day.
Yeah.
And it's like each one. So we're on, by the way, so for the family knows, Instagram free Aunt Katie. We have a group chat, and it's so funny because Instagram free Aunt Katie is like you, Evan, where she's not a texter.
See, I love a call.
You love a call, but that's what I was saying. So when you're gone, we'll do 2 texts a day, and then at the end of the night when he gets back to the hotel,
hop on the phone for a while.
he'll be down to talk to me for hours on the phone.
Yes.
But the texting, it's a no.
Wow.
It's a no go.
It would not work.
And it wouldn't work.
It would not
because
work.
it would be
work.
like you'd not feel loved, and he'd be overwhelmed.
I'd be like, "This is. I don't want. What is this?"
And now I'm dating someone
who loves it.
long distance.
Oh, so you have to have
So
that.
it's even more important.
I'd be a horrible long distance.
And he's great at it.
Oh, he's so literally, you guys. If I told you how many times we called, I'll count it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Today?
7,
Today.
8 today.
8 calls.
Calls, not including our texts.
You
and our voice
you
memos.
guys should be arrested immediately. I mean,
They're
that's
short. They're just like,
Now,
you know.
I will say, long distance is different.
Yeah. We got to
Now-
really put in the.
Long distance. When I think about myself, I don't know if I could do it. Just for that reason alone, I'd be
because
horrible.
he can't text. He couldn't do it.
I would be bad. You know what I mean? Even if it was the person of my dreams, it's just one of those things where it's like in person for me is like where I feel like I
you
shine.
can't do the texting, like the constant
I can't do
communication.
the constant.
But
just
it's so
chitter
funny
chatter.
because me and the Katies have a group chat, and it's hilarious because Instagram for Aunt Katie does not text and voice memo often, and she will come back after a long day of working to Katie and I having sent 100 5-minute long voice memos back and forth, and she'll just send us a message and she'll be like, no, she'll go, I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
Yeah, like, this is
no,
nuts,
she's like, I'm
dude.
not listening. Like, I
Yeah.
won't listen.
I'm not
And she's like,
catching up
I'll,
with-
when we see each other, we'll talk about whatever you guys are saying. If it's an emergency, send me SOS. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
I literally changed the group chat to KZ's funeral because she was just, we were so deep in the chat, Jess and I, that Katie just could not catch up.
It was too
It had
late.
been months.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm in a couple group chats where
hundreds of
literally
voice
if I
memos.
chime in, they're like, yo, I didn't even know you were in on this thing. Like, it has been so long. You know what I mean? Like, literally, if Evan chimes in, it's like something's going on.
normally a group chat gives me so much anxiety, but that group chat, it's just me and you talking.
All my group chats are
It's just
silenced.
including.
Yeah, sometimes we have to, her and I take our chat separate. I'll be like, I'm going to take it at just you and me because Katie doesn't need
We
to
don't want
hear
to
this.
overwhelm her because
Yeah.
we're just like, it's in too deep. So.
Listen, I don't look at it as a good thing. I wish I was that way.
You wish you were
I
more-
wish I was like, oh my God, at least they're totally right. But I can't be. I can't be. All right, let's do a new one.
Let's do the next one. Ooh, okay. Let it be a good one. What was the last thing you searched for on your phone?
I'll have to look. I don't know. Let's see.
Mine is going to be okay.
How do I
what-
search
No,
this
no.
easily?
If you just go on your history on the internet,
I know what mine is because it's as the, what is it? BDE? What is it? What's my?
basic ass dude as a bad.
As a bad. It was a 1990 F-150. I mean, it's the most embarrassing shit ever.
Mine's not bad. I Googled it while I was here. I was Googling who sang Run for the Hills, but the Tate McRae version.
Oh, that's a
That's
good
a great
one.
song, by the way.
Yeah, I love that
is
song.
Incredible.
I listened to it like 3 times on my drive
Yes,
here.
that
was
song is-
So I feel happy
That's
to
a
share
cute
that
Wow.
one.
Mine is Hornets versus Wasps.
Yeah, you know when your phone is mostly used by an 8-year-old.
I'm like, sorry for what a scandalous thing. Hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ember was like, what's the difference between a hornet and a wasp? Because
good
we saw one out, and
question.
I was like,
That's the
don't
thing I
know.
worry about having kids is them asking questions that as an adult I should know and
Yeah.
I will not know the answer.
Genuinely, those are the moments when you're like, thank God for Google, because, or like, I need to bring out an encyclopedia or something, because the amount of times throughout the day that she asks me something that I don't know,
Yeah.
it's very humbling.
Like, how about you educate
But
me?
I like to tell her, I'd be like, hey, I really don't know. I'm like, I just want her to hear Mom doesn't know most of the time.
Okay, I have a question, and I need you guys to actually be honest about this.
Is this like a,
I'm creating my
oh,
own
you're
question.
going, you're freestyling.
I'm creating,
okay.
but I need you to be
Yeah,
honest.
rogue.
This can't be some bullshit.
I'll be honest. I've
Oh
been
my
drinking.
God, yeah. Okay. What's going on?
The most kind of weird, because you know me, I'm
Oh, God.
full of these weird, embarrassing kind of Google searches or YouTube searches you semi-regularly.
Oh, regularly.
Like something you kind of are into that's kind of weird. Like a good example, but would be a softball somewhat, is like Pimple Popper, right? Like, Pimple Popper videos. Like for me, I have a couple very weird ones. I'll share one of them with you, and it's very weird. But I like to watch on YouTube. First of all, you know what? I like relief. I like relief.
Well, you're the picking king.
I'm the king of self-surgery.
Yeah, self-surgery.
I'm
picking.
a self-surgeon.
If you go
So-
into the bathroom and open the cabinet, you'll find a needle in there, and
Yeah.
he performs surgery.
I do
himself.
surgeries on myself.
It's
So there's a channel on YouTube, and this guy's only job, he works on farms, and he goes to farms where a cow has like stepped on something or broken their hoof, and it's like radically infected.
Oh, I know what you're talking
So
about.
then he will grab their hoof and like shave their hoof down and like pierce it and like relieve pus and like literally
I'm
like
gonna be sick.
drain the
I'm
hoofs.
happy for the animal that they're
And
okay.
the
but
animal
I-
is like mooing in like relief and like that.
You
I
watch this?
love those
That's
videos.
the
I know
weird-
what he's
so
talking
weird.
about.
You know what I'm
It's so
talking
weird.
about
I do
though?
know what you're talking
It's like
about.
it's like Pimple Popper on steroids.
for the farm.
Yes.
Absolutely wild.
I love it.
What do you even look in YouTube?
Well, I was deep in YouTube and then I, discovered it. You know what I mean? So it's a deep web situation. Do you have anything like that? That's kind of embarrassing to admit.
Yeah, I guess. I'm watching every America's Got Talent, X Factor, every audition that I can get my hands on.
That is weird.
That is crazy.
Our daughter loves that, but also like you're also 35 and you're like watching that, and
I mean,
you're
it's
watching
one of the most
like
famous shows ever.
Yeah,
but
that is a strange
I
one.
was never into it, and now all of a sudden, I can't
it's like
stop
she's watching
watching
like 2003 auditions. You know
I can't
what I
stop
mean?
watching
Like,
it. I can't stop watching it, and I'm like dry heaving, crying through all of them because I watch like the emotional ones.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't stop. I'm like addicted to the emotion.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I do have one.
you do good.
Yeah, I didn't think I did, and I was like, wait, this one stands out. There was a period of time where there were these 2 eagles that everyone was watching on live cam because they were hoping that their eggs would hatch, but the eggs were dead. But like every day, the mama eagle was sitting on the eggs, like waiting. Even they showed like live camera feed of the snow, like burying the eagle as she's hoping these eggs will hatch. But everyone knew like timeline wise, like those were not hatching. And the husband and wife would take turns bringing like food for each other and sitting on the eggs and
You
watching.
knew that they weren't gonna hatch.
Yeah, like everyone was kind of hoping for like a miracle, but like timeline wise,
so
biologically.
Oh my gosh, I literally
That's like very.
that's the most
addictive.
depressing shit I've ever heard in my life. I couldn't watch that.
I was going to the live feed,
just hoping.
Just
hoping.
praying that the Eagles
And
would
then-
come.
you know, you're also that's kind of like you're made of like birthday cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a birthday cake brain thing. That's like
what the fuck does that mean? A
mean,
birthday
like-
cake
like
brain?
like you were saying earlier that you're so that was a good analogy though. Her brain's made of snickerdoodle.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means like you're pure of heart.
Yeah, you're like it's
You're
like rainbow.
sweet.
You're like a romantic.
You're
you have
so
hope.
sweet.
You have so much hope.
No darkness in your soul.
No, there's no darkness in there. We've gone to the deep darks.
Yeah,
There's no
you're
darkness
like,
in
and
there.
I just hope the egg would hatch. And I'm like, have you ever seen pus shoot out of the bottom of a hoof? Well, that's very sweet though. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's so
and then
tragic.
there was like the next live feed was like them like finally like leaving the nest and the eggs and not coming back. So like accepting
That
like
is depressing.
it was. I cried.
I've got a good channel for you.
What is it?
There's a gentleman. I have to find his name again because I went through a big phase. He lives out in the woods and he feeds raccoons.
I probably watch it.
There's like 100
And he
raccoons
just
that
comes
come
to
to him.
his-
Yes.
And they come and he like hangs out with them and they're like all his best friends and I cry almost every like feed. Then he
Yes.
does it live and then he'll post the videos later.
Any feeding of wild animals, live feeds especially. Like there's a lot of bird channels you
Yeah.
can watch.
Love
Love them.
She loves the
bird.
crows.
I love the crows.
love a bird. Absolutely
okay.
love a bird.
All right. Wow. Well, next.
All right, dive in.
This is such a crazy podcast
We're just
episode.
all over the
It's
place.
literally the emotions are everywhere.
I know, seriously. It's like, what's happening? Okay, family, one more quick pause. Listen, as a parent, when you find a parenting hack or have a win, you want to spread the love and share it, right? That's why we got to talk about Haya, the pediatrician approved super powered chewable vitamin. Previously in our home, our daughter Ember, the taking vitamin thing, it was a bit of a thing, okay?
Yeah, not her
Because
favorite at first.
She did not like the taste of most of them. But then we didn't want to give her the ones that tasted good because let's be honest, typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise, like filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy junk. So that was the pickle we were in. But then we started using Haya, and that was a huge win. She loves the taste, and now she literally asks for her vitamins every morning. So we
Yes.
celebrate.
She reminds us now. She's like, have you taken your
we are
vitamins?
so grateful. We are so grateful.
Yeah. While most children's vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar and can contribute to a variety of health issues, Haya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy junk. Yet it tastes great. It's perfect for picky eaters. Haya fills in the most common gaps in modern children's diets to provide the full body nourishment our kids need with a taste they love. It's formulated with the help of nutritional experts, and Haya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies, then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more.
Haya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door. So parents, you got one less thing that you have to worry about. And also you get this cool bottle with your first order, and then they send you eco-friendly refills every month. And Haya is they're just the best. They think of everything. They send stickers to decorate and personalize that bottle, which Ember loved doing it, and I swear it made her even more excited to take the vitamins every day because it felt like, oh, this is my personal bottle that I created.
The bottle is very cool.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
I also recommend checking out their new kids probiotic and nighttime essentials. And we've worked out a special deal with Hiya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hiyahealth.com/mom-and-dad. This deal is not available on their regular website, okay? So go to hiyahealth.com/mom and dad, hiyahealth.com/mom-and-dad, and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. All right, back to it.
Back into it.
How do you initiate sex with your partner? This feels very intimate.
I
because
love that.
they be fucking.
You be fucking now, so let's go.
Wait, can I go first?
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, okay, I'm going to tell you guys this story. I don't know if I told you yet, but the Furbo caught us having sex on the couch.
Yes.
So I know frame by frame how we initiate having sex.
Interesting. You watched it in the third person.
It was hot.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, did you send the footage?
To him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We saved
Well,
that.
what's cool about that actually is
nobody
that
had
generally, if you're gonna make your own personal sex tape,
Yeah.
you're already in it.
Yeah.
So it's like you know what I mean? Okay,
yeah.
you got the phone, and then you
Yeah,
kind of
you're
are
probably
already
more aware.
You're just
You're like,
about to
oh,
have
gosh.
sex, probably, or somewhat close. Versus like you're talking about something you did
Eagles.
that day, and then you were able to see into
Yeah.
actually happening, which is very rare.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So he was a pizza man.
no, we had just gotten home from a date though, and like I don't know, this feels so generic. This is how we're in a very new phase, so we
Sure,
don't like we're very
totally
just like
different.
hot and heavy. Like
Yeah.
we literally got home. He sits on the couch. I like climb on top of him in my like date dress, grab the phones and both of them, set them on like the table, meaning like we're not
playing with
these are
phones right
gone for the next however long, and then we just like start making out.
Next
and then
3 minutes, yeah.
No, how dare you?
No, I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking for myself.
Like I got timestamps, baby.
But I love though. You just grabbed the phones and you were just like.
I was in this clip. I was in control. I was like,
So
I don't know,
do
I
you
had
feel like
that.
you're like an initiator?
I think we
feel
I think we
comfortable
both
being
are,
the
but
okay.
yeah, like him and I are just so like compatible that there's not this like awkward like leg rub situation or like so you want to fuck, like we just like we make out and like the second we make out we're like
It's happening.
it's
Yes.
happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love
But
that you have the
you
footage.
mounted.
I mounted.
It just
Yeah.
wasn't like you're just watching a movie and all of a sudden you start
She
smooching.
didn't just mount. She mounted and
Okay.
she removed the
I
phone.
mounted.
You set the press.
I mounted. I took off the belt.
Okay.
Okay.
But then he was like, "Did I get off the
Right.
dress?" And I did. And then
Okay.
and then next thing you know, we're just naked on my couch.
right.
The belt can be so cumbersome. That's always the one where you're like,
the waist bra.
It is, and then he's on
But
bottom, so he's like laying
trying,
down.
you're like
sorry,
trying to be all sexy with the belt, and then you're like, I'm gonna need you to just.
I'm
have
like, can
to
you like
just-
lift up a
Yeah.
little bit? I
Right.
can't pull this from under your ass.
I'm trying to be like, da, 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 like stop.
You like body, we did snaps a tooth.
Oh,
You have to go to the hospital.
God.
But I love that initiative. Okay, so I feel like I'm more shy.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm shy with the initiation. I mean, we've been having sex for a long time, but I'm still like a little shy with the initiation.
So who's more initiating?
Him,
Oh.
big time. But like,
Big time.
no, but I mean, like
it's interesting.
It's more. I feel like it's a.
Well, I mean, what's 20
It's a
years
dance.
versus 2 months,
Sure, sure,
whatever.
sure.
Like the difference is now we can like with the flick of an eyebrow.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I just grab it. No, what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like there can be just a look.
A look, yeah.
Just a shift in the air.
You just know.
And you kind of know.
We can sense it.
Someone's interested.
But
you
if
know what I mean?
but if that like hasn't been thrown out there, then what I just do is I'm like, okay, if we're in bed, for instance, because I tend to be not a cuddler when I sleep at night. So I turn the other way and I kind of like do a weird spread the way I sleep. So if I'm starting going in bed all snuggled up on him,
Do the booty roll.
She's the booty roll queen.
Yes.
So she does this thing like where she
Yes.
moves away and she's kind of like down. So it's almost like if Evan if Evan throws out
I
idea,
I present
Yes, she presents.
like a peacock.
Yes,
I like
she
stick
peacocks.
I peacock, and I'm just like kind of flutter my feathers, and I'm like, if you're coming,
Yes.
then we'll see, you know.
Yes.
But I'm not. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
Interesting.
but the feathers are not bright.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
They're like just a little bit.
It's a flutter.
So the way it works is like if I kind of come behind her and kind of just cuddle her for a sec.
Yeah.
If she does the
If I
You know,
know
yeah,
the booty
the
pop,
booty
the
pop.
booty pop,
Then
then
I'm
it's
like, oh wait,
That's universal, I
it's
think.
universal.
I feel like that. It has to be a thing.
I've definitely
right?
done a boot, like a little like.
But I feel like that's initiation wise with you.
Yeah, I'll
You
just
kind of just feel
start.
out how like where I'm
Yeah,
at.
it depends if we're standing or if we're in bed.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
what does that mean, Evan?
I mean, like if we're in bed, then the vibe is like I'll start coming on to her and kind of just like petting her and like maybe touching
Ow.
Pet.
a
If
little
I
bit. And
lean
then-
into it,
and if she
then
does,
we're
and if
good.
she does a pop, lock and drop, then I know it's game on.
The gates are open.
Oh.
If there's no
Yeah.
response, I'm like, okay, cool, we're chilling. And then
fair.
if we're not in bed and we're like, let's say just in the living room hanging out, you know, I'll start to just be playful and kind of like grab her and whatever and kind of pull her onto me or whatever. And like, but like again, along the way, you're testing vibes.
He's
Yeah.
very he's a soft, gentle, and then if I lean in,
Then I turn it on.
then
Okay, then he's like, rock.
Then
but
it's
I'm
like
a
run
shy
for your
initiator.
life.
Okay, Evan, let's calm down there.
No, but that's why sometimes when we get messages from listeners from the family that are like, hey, you know, I'm talking about initiating. I'm always like, hey, I'm shy. So that's like a
Yeah.
big thing for me is like learning how to kind of like communicate in a way. That
I feel like a
don't get,
kiss is a
shy.
great start.
Kiss is always a great
Because
start.
a kiss will tell you.
Yes.
Yes.
How long do you hold on to it? How
Yeah.
long
Yes.
do you do?
Is it
do
a
you,
pet
Is
good
it a
night?
peck?
do you
Are we
take
like
it to the next
going
level a
in?
little with the kiss?
Are
That's a big
are
one
we
too.
drinking it in?
Are we making out?
Are you starting to kind of make out a little bit versus
Yeah.
like?
Yeah.
Then it's like okay, the mwah is like the good night.
That's a good night
You know,
kiss.
that's a
Yeah.
good night. You
But
know?
like a tongue in the mouth, that's a come.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Go.
Come
Yeah.
hither,
Come,
kiss.
let's keep doing that.
come hither, kiss.
Yes.
And sometimes a makeout can turn like a small
Oh, big
makeout
time.
can like you're like I didn't know I was in the mood, but now I am.
Big time.
Yeah.
Kiss.
That's why I'm a big kisser. I'm a big
Yeah.
advocate for the kissing.
Yes.
When people are like, "Oh, I want to get in the mood," I'm like, sometimes just the kissing, it'll
Kiss.
it'll
Even
really
a cheek.
help.
You can go from like a cute cheek kiss to then all of a sudden a neck kiss to a booby kiss, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, how
We're
did
here.
you do that?
It's true. It's very
Yes.
true.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, next topic.
Yes.
Next truth or drink. All right, let's see.
Oh no.
Speaking of sex, what sex act are you best at? What sex act are you bad at?
Oh, interesting.
I'll start. I give an amazing blowjob. I
I can vouch for that.
I'm very good.
I can vouch for that.
And I enjoy it. Feel very confident in that. What I am bad at is the fact that I am maybe the most non-flexible, stiff as a board person that you've ever met. Like I can't touch my toes. Like the woman is not bendy.
Right.
So thankfully he's a little more of an acrobat and I can be a pillow princess and that's it.
I love that.
I get to kind of just be.
Wow.
So that's mine.
Speaking of pillow princess, the last guy I was with was always on the bottom, which I didn't think was like
Pillow Prince.
pillow
He
prince.
was a pillow princess.
He was pillow prince. But I learned
Yes.
some stuff, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I guess.
Oh, so you learned
You
how
pulled
to.
out some extra stops.
Yeah,
How
to be on top. You know,
that's a lot of work.
it's a different movement.
That's like, I'm like, when I'm on top, I'm like, this is like, I'm like sweating. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
like, that's my workout. And that's where the workout ends.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. There's a point where you're kind of like, you're like kissing the neck, but you're also kind of like, I want to switch. Let's flip over
Yeah,
now.
right.
And
You
then
know?
being like when you have a vagina and you have a dick involved and you're on top, you're like, that's
Yeah.
a lot of jumping.
Yeah.
You're that's-
doing a hit workout.
No, it literally is. It's a hit workout.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But
So, like-
I feel like I'm pretty good at that now.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
learned. I mean, the Furbo footage. I was on top, and I was like,
You're like, damn,
I literally
girl.
watch that footage like once a day. I'm not gonna lie. It's so sexy. And it's me on top. I'm like, I said it to him and he's like, you're doing mostly the work. I go, oh, it's a good point. I go, yeah, I guess.
You're like, yeah, that's why it's so hot to watch.
Yeah, I'm turned on by
Like I'm
my work.
admiring myself. So right now, your sex act, the tops is
I'm enjoying
being on top.
Your top game's killing.
I'm enjoying that. But where I'm slacking is blowjobs with hands at the same time.
Okay.
I know that's like a thing. But here's where my germaphobe comes in. I swear, and you tell me this is gonna get weird because Evan's here, but tell me if I'm right or not, or if you ever experienced this. I feel like when I give a blowjob with just my mouth, it's great. The second I incorporate hands, whatever germs, dirt, whatever's on my hands mixed with that friction and that saliva, the taste, the smell, everything changes because I'm creating a new petri dish of stuff. Sure.
Fuck.
You
Okay.
know?
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
gnarly. Yeah.
But like,
no, it's true though.
for me,
it's true.
Yeah. So like I really hold out till the
Sure.
end to bring out the hands, but I know like a good blowjob is kind of like both. But like for me personally, once I start using my hand in that, the chemistry.
You feel like you're licking your hands.
There's just it changes. It's
Yeah.
like a little chemistry project, you know, just like it just I'm not the smell and the taste changes.
I mean, I
not
feel
a fault
like-
of his,
But no, but yeah, with the hands, I feel like there's just got to be like a deep hand wash before. But
that's the thing.
When are you gonna like stop? Hold
I'm
on
like,
a second.
yeah, or like by
Yeah.
the way, I think I'm gonna fuck tonight. Let me watch. Like I don't know, it just
Right.
kind of happens.
But I was gonna say, but also then like sans soap because then you're tasting the soap,
yeah.
and that then can be like pretty. It can be pretty rotted
interesting.
to like taste the soap. Maybe dip your
Yeah.
hands in ice cream before it. Just-
Maybe start licking your hands
Ew.
so that you're training your brain
Oh,
to
God.
not be afraid of the taste of your hands.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like Pavlov yourself. Pavlov yourself and start licking
Or
your
just
hands
driving.
throughout the day so that you can get used to that taste. Interesting. That's
I
something
hear
I've
that, though.
never thought of.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's true.
Interesting. So I think we have more concerns though, because what are you touching that's so gross? You
Well,
know, it's
all
just,
day, it's just
like a
throughout the
handrail, like normal life.
I drove home.
Yeah.
If you're gonna now be aware of this. the
counter.
but yeah, the
Yeah.
counter.
Oh, my counters are clean. Don't get it twisted.
But like you'll probably be aware of this now. But when there'd be certain times when I'm not using my hands, it will typically be like, okay, we randomly started having sex,
Yeah.
and it was like a kind of like a spontaneous moment where I didn't wash my hands before. And then I won't be using the hands
You'll
so much
kind of be
because
aware
I
of that.
feel the same way.
Interesting.
Okay, Evan, what about you? What about you?
What are you good and bad at?
What do you-
Jess will verify if you're telling the truth or
yeah,
not.
I will.
Okay. I'll start with what I'm good at. I think I'm good at creating the vibe.
That's such an LA thing to say. I'm sorry. I know you're being
created the-
serious.
I don't mean like light a candle.
I know. It's just
I
a funny
mean like
sentence.
I think I'm good at making
I've
love.
created the- yes, you're very good at making love.
I think it's so
Yeah.
cute.
You
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not like a.
He is
I'm not like
very-
turn over, let me bang you.
No.
Like
He's very
obviously,
far
if
from
we,
like
if we
maker.
want to do that, we can. But I'm saying I'm also good at like.
a love maker.
Yeah.
Like,
you're
you know what I
very
mean?
far from being like Energizer Bunny energy.
Yeah, I don't
like,
just
it's
try to
very
get
like
off.
it's very like
Passionate.
yeah.
Like the more you get off, the more I'm into it.
Yeah.
That's generally
Yeah. He's a very
my
generous
brain
lover.
when it comes
Okay.
to sex.
Love that for you guys.
Very generous lover.
Oh.
I'm trying to think what I'm bad at. That's not like because I'm not
He's
bad
like,
at.
I don't know.
No. I'm just trying to think specifically.
Or what are you like insecure about or like
Probably maybe it's just an age thing too, and like we've been at it for long enough to where I'm like, I feel like foreplay like maybe doesn't go as long as like it used to. So like in the moment
Yeah,
I'm
I
very much
guess.
in it, but I'm not thinking in terms of like, let me warm this up for a long time. So maybe I can get to business a little too quick. I don't know. Do you feel that way?
how
don't
long?
know.
Let's
I don't-
talk
I don't
numbers
feel
You
here.
don't feel that way? Okay, can you help me with what I'm bad at? Because I'm not trying
You
to.
want
But I could,
me to be like
well,
trying to think of something you're bad
because
at?
I'm also thinking in
This feels
terms of like.
dangerous. No, okay, genuinely, and then this is not to toot your own horn because you know you are a counter eater, so that's the shame that you
I
can
have
live
plenty.
in.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're very good at like I genuinely can't think of anything. The only thing is like years ago you were I think a little nervous to be more experimental. He's always been a
Oh,
great.
you
He's
know what?
always been a great love maker, but it was the experimenting that was a little more like you were more tentative with,
You
and
know
then
what?
you opened the gates, and then you were.
You know what? I will say. Okay. You know what? Yes.
Because it lets you get a little weird sometimes.
You like
it's
to get
just-
weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what?
Not like anything
she has
crazy.
opened up my freaky side.
Yeah,
Like the balls and the eyeballs.
Exactly.
love the
That's out there.
Okay,
guys.
that's
if
a-
you're a new listener, that's out there.
Yeah.
This is
I
a
didn't
good
know
one.
them.
This is a good one. I really like, for me, like crazy positions, let's say, is fun, but it's not better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Okay.
Where I feel like some people, it's like, this is better. I'm more like, this is fun and cool, but I'm not like, I'm now enjoying sex more that we're like doing this like acrobatic move or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't increase pleasure for me.
Either. I'm like, I feel like there's the standard few that I'm like, this is great.
But it's one of those things for me. It's like in the beginning, I wasn't the pusher of the like, let's get freakier. You were a little bit more.
But
and
I'm
now
not thinking about positions. I'm thinking about like, mixing
freakier.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was a little more
what?
shy.
You're right. I was the more vanilla.
I'm shy with the initiation more, but then I like it's
Like,
a
let's
Yeah.
open the drawer.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that like I've grown a lot in that
Yeah.
way. That initially,
that.
when we first were together.
That's what you would hope. Is like you guys continue to grow
Yes.
sexually together
Yes.
as opposed to apart. So like I love that.
Yeah. No,
Makes me-
definitely.
Makes me hopeful.
I
Yeah.
like genuinely, I feel like something, I don't know if this is practical advice for listeners, but I do feel like there was something to like, considering that we've been together for a long time, is like getting to like wilder and wilder things slowly. So, and again, that's just that's me, that's coming from me where I don't have necessarily these like specific kinks that need to be
Yeah.
satisfied. So I can't speak for everybody because it's like if you have a kink that needs to be satisfied, get that kink satisfied.
Yeah.
But to a certain extent, because it's like, started out and it kind of did the same thing for a while and then like added some more things and added some more things. It didn't feel like overnight we were like, well, what do we do now? Like we're still getting there. Do you know what I mean? And that
kind of like the sex version of farting. Where it's
are you
like,
talking
hold on. What I'm saying is like, I think sometimes it's good to slow things down so that you can build into something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like fart later. You know what I mean? But if you're farting right away, that's like, okay, where are we going from here? Sometimes I think sexually it could be interesting to try. Let's say if you have a new relationship. Okay, maybe in the past with your ex, you jumped right into the deep end. It might be interesting to try, like, let's start vanilla and then build our way up so that you can kind of have a runway.
Yeah, so
into
that
something.
when you're like 10, 15, 20 years in,
There's still places
all
to
of a
go.
sudden you're like, well, we've never tried doing this before.
Exactly.
And then you're kind of...
Save the holes for later.
Yeah. Not quite that.
I'm saving that until I die.
I'm like anal fissures, so...
All right.
Sorry, it's not an option.
That's funny. Okay.
Oh, you want to do one more round?
yes. Let's see. Would you hook up with your high school crush today?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Were you guys kind of each other's high school crush?
Yeah, but we also had high school crushes.
Yeah. Wait, there were other ones. I'm thinking, okay, do you have it off the top?
So
Katie?
like we're so single
Yeah,
and
everyone's
it's
single.
available. I don't actually know what he fully looks like. I don't know. I feel like no.
Yeah.
I feel like no.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm at an age now where like the way they looked like in high school, like they could be very, very, very different now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But like, let's imagine that they grew into what you had hoped they would. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you'd be like, yeah, sure.
Right?
I mean, so my high school crush, we lost our virginity to each other.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So there's only like that weird virgin sex memories,
Yeah.
like it doesn't count because we didn't move, like whatever.
Right.
Like
Sure.
we were in
The
denial.
You
for it.
soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. That wasn't even like a phrase for us. We just like were in denial, you know.
Right.
But we haven't kept in touch. I don't even I don't follow. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like he's so far removed from my life at this point. Like the idea of like getting drinks with him and then having sex with him, I just feel like I would be a no for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, your turn.
Oh, that's good.
What are you gonna answer?
I'm like, Katie accidentally did a name reveal, so we
Yeah,
just.
we're gonna. So we have to.
Yeah, beep that out.
Okay. So you were like main high school crush. So obviously, yes.
Would he know who this other person that you're thinking of?
So the person that I'm thinking of, I'm kind of cheating because I wouldn't say I was going to go college. Because,
okay. Let's go college.
Because I was
Whatever.
going to say, because high school, it was you. And then
I know who the college is. Oh yeah. Oh. I know you would. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
if we were not together,
Yeah.
yes.
wait, why is he like super attractive or something?
Yeah, he's a good looking guy. But I was going to say with the high school, you were the crush. And then my ex, who I was with for a few years, he's gay. So that's not going to happen for us.
But then you had college boyf, and then you had college crush.
Yeah, I'm not thinking college boyf. I'm thinking college crush.
Yes.
And college crush.
You absolutely would.
Oh my!
You absolutely would.
You have to show me a picture after this podcast.
He's a good looking guy, sweet guy. Like, but it was nothing more than like a crush. We never like went out on a date or anything like that. But yeah. I mean, but again, I can't answer that completely because I don't know what he's like now.
Right.
I've seen
Totally.
he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Jessica in college hadn't deconstructed like she has now.
Sure.
Jessica in college did
I
not
don't even
believe
know
the
you
things
as
that I believe.
Jessica.
No, and so I'm like I don't know what what beliefs he holds.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I could literally talk to him for 5 minutes and be like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
But
But conceptually, yeah.
sure, yeah. What about you? I'm like high school crush
High
or college
school?
crush.
High school.
Because
you
high
know?
school, definitely the high school crush. I know,
Yeah.
Oh,
and she's like gorge.
he has a type. Gorgeous women.
Thank you. No, but I'd
It's
assume.
tough because it's like I know the general vibe now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the vibe.
You'll see like footage of lifestyle, and you're like, that could not be farther from my
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
The belief systems are very different. So
You know what I
there's
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be scared. You know what I mean? I'd probably be like, we couldn't be farther from the same place, so that'd probably be a no.
Yeah. What about college?
Do you know who the college girl is? Be like, I could
I mean, yes.
disrupt a marriage right now.
She's breaking us up.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say maybe yes or no because there were a handful. So I'm like trying to think of who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. In college, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Probably no, because I think I had a little bit of a type when we weren't together, and it was a little bit unhinged. And so I think I would say no.
Oh, so you were going for people who are a little wild.
I think that maybe they were attracted to me. I don't know what, but
us unhinged girls love that.
I tended to attract like people who were definitely like
Wild.
a little unhinged.
Okay,
and
you
so
know what
I think that like I could now that I'm like in my mid 30s, I'd be like, no, this would not be a good idea because my life after the hookup would be hell. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think the answer is no, only for the idea of like, because it would be terrifying what would come after that. You know what I mean?
You know what's so interesting about that is like that being your crush back then. I saw this video today that talked about how like men who are not like emotionally like ready, whether it's through like therapy, inner work, whatever, are into people who are bad for them because they're just not ready to accept the women who are really good for them.
Sure. 100%.
that makes sense.
And so when you talked about that, I'm like, oh, interesting. Like your younger self was like attracting all these like wild women.
Yeah.
Because whatever you had to process.
To say I was 22 years old and not like emotionally mature would be an understatement of the century. So yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
We should have
I'm
ended on the
surprised.
sex talk because
Yeah.
when we were talking about the sex talk, I was like, they're gonna bang tonight. Now we're on the topic of like, would you fuck your ex? And,
Oh yeah.
and all the vibes change.
You know what? We have a beautiful child together. We've been together for a million
Yeah.
years. I feel like at this point, talking about a crush in high school, if that had the ability to hurt us at this point, I would be blown away.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Also, I do love bringing it up on a date. I'd be like, oh my God, tell me about like someone that you
She does love that.
I
She
love
loves
to
to
hear
reminisce.
about it. I'm like, okay, so tell me about like one of the dates that you went on and like what did she do that like you thought was like super cute? Like I
Yes.
like hearing about
She
it
does.
because it's far enough removed because I
Yeah.
used to be so jealous.
Yeah.
And now I've worked on that and it's also again so far removed that I'm like, oh, I like hearing
It's almost
about
like
it.
knowing more about you. Like,
Yeah,
what were
because
you like when I wasn't with you?
It was stuff that I wasn't ready to hear at the time because it would have made me jealous. And
sure.
now I'm like, oh, this is fun to hear about, like, you know, what type of dates you went on and what they were like and, you know, whatever. So I like that.
If you could read, are you ready?
Yep.
If you could read all your partner's texts, would you?
I would.
Really?
Well, right now,
My God.
I don't want to.
No, I get that though, because you're in the
You're in the
beginning
discovery phase.
stages. So you're like,
Yeah.
you want to find out if there's anything.
We're in a honeymoon phase. So
Yeah.
I want to believe that everything he's texting is very like,
Perfect and
I'm in
beautiful.
love. I'm
Yeah,
going to marry,
right.
you know, like all the nice things.
It's almost like you want to see behind the veil.
Yeah.
Is what he's presenting to me the truth, or is
Yeah.
it of
Yeah.
course.
I'm not saying I want to, but if the option's there, okay, I'll read it, you know, but I feel like I'm in a very safe space right now because we're so fresh.
Yeah, no, you know what? If I was in a fresh relationship, I would say yes to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then I'd be like, I would love to know if this person is singing my praises
Yeah.
and like what, you know, and you kind of think the inner workings.
Yeah. I believe everything he's telling me will match his text. So that's why, like, that's where
course.
my reasoning comes in. It's not from a place of like distrust of like, I want to know if he's texting anyone else. It's more of a like validation of like, I think
Sure.
he's
I was
really
going to
into
say,
me.
but I also would say too, after knowing this person, I feel like going through this person's text, you would just like get the most validating
I'd be like,
things ever.
what's my ring size?
Yeah.
When are we getting married?
Yeah. So I feel like I'm
Right.
like, that's, yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I would say now, definitely not.
Right.
Which sounds
Definitely
it's just like,
not.
I don't want to ever see a text. No, okay, and this is why. Because I feel like over time, I know myself enough. Like I said, I used to be extremely jealous, and I've really, really, really worked on that, and I've gotten so much better. But guess what? She's still in there. And so I know myself.
I wouldn't want you to read any of the texts that I have with my other girlfriends. I mean, that would be horrible.
Don't scare me like that, bitch.
Like if my girlfriend, like if you were reading all the texts, that would be
To my
horrible.
side piece.
No, but like I know myself enough because I
Yeah.
remember like, you know, sorry, but there's been times when we were like years and years ago when I was in my jealous era where, you know, if that phone was left open, I've gone through texts before and I have never found anything that was bad.
Evan's a horrible texter.
He's a horrible texter. I never found anything. But like I scoured that and eventually I would find something that would bother me in some way. To like to a point where it would be like, oh, well, why didn't you say it like that? Like there would be something that I could see because of my propensity to get my feelings hurt because I'm super sensitive or be jealous, that I'm like, I feel like if I'm starting to snoop, I'm doing it with an intention to find something that's going to bother me.
Yeah.
So
You're going to ignore all the positive.
Exactly. So I'm like, I know myself well enough to know that I'm like, I would be in that type of zone if I'd be going through text messages, that I'd read something that for some reason would be like, would hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And not in a way that has anything to do with you, but in a way that like, if I'd read my friends' text messages, I could find something that would probably hurt my feelings. Like a friend who said like, oh, I'm busy today. And then I saw that they ended up going and hanging out with someone else. And I'd be like, that's okay. Like their plans might have changed, but I'm just going to go, maybe they don't like me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, because I
or
feel
it
that.
can be like a friend being like to a different friend, no one gets me like you do.
Yeah,
Now all of a
something
sudden
like
you're like,
that.
wait, they don't think about me. Like there's so many things you could read into that are so basic
I've
and subtle
started
and
to
not
really
thought through.
learn how like about myself, how sensitive I am, that I'm like, I wouldn't want to go through my friends' text messages either. Like husband, boyfriend, friends.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't even want to go through my parents because I'd be like, they should be singing more about how much they love me and they don't. So like
What about Ember's text?
Well,
I will. First of all, she's never going to get a phone. and
yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
like,
move to
I'm like
woods.
the phone is never
So
gonna
she
happen.
will not know anyone else exists.
Yeah,
but-
those texts are gonna be monitored.
Oh my God, that would
I don't.
be.
Even, I can't even.
I don't want to think
I
about
can't even
that.
start to think about it. I can't even start to. I'm like, we'll get there one day. But what about you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not for 1 second.
Interesting.
Do you think you'd get your feelings hurt too?
100%.
Yeah.
But not again, not in the way of like you're doing anything wrong. It's just like you're like I said, like you already said, it's like you're gonna ignore all the positive shit.
Yeah.
So you see, oh, Evan's amazing. You're like, oh, that's sweet. But then you're just gonna be like, okay, what now what?
Yeah.
And you're gonna find something. Like even if it's something as simple as like, everyone's different too with their friends too. Like some people vent to their friends about everything, some people don't.
Yeah.
But all it could be is a simple text being like, let's say me and you are on a date out and you guys are texting. You text her and go, we're at this fun comedy show. And you text and go, ugh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, sure,
Right? And I'm
totally.
like, wait,
yeah.
weren't we on a date that night?
Yeah, yeah.
And then she's going, oh, that sounds so fun. She didn't want to be, like there's so many things that
Yeah.
like you weren't even meaning, I'm not having fun with Evan.
Yeah, I'm just like,
you're
it sounds-
you're
yeah.
just sympathizing
Yeah.
with her, saying thanks for the invite. I love that. Like and that's the top level.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it could go even deeper and deeper and deeper. You're venting to your friend one day about issues we're having, whatever it is.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And it's like, so my thing is there is a level of ignorance is bliss. It's like,
Fair.
It's like if you said the power to know what everyone's thinking.
Yeah.
You don't want that power
Fair.
because you don't want to know the secrets of the universe. There is a level of like, be in your space, find your peace, live it, trust your person, and move on.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit in this place is like, you can always find something to bother you.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Yeah, there's absolutely,
Yeah.
like, I trust you on the whole,
That's the thing
but there's
where I'm like,
always going to be a text, a vibe, a something that could throw you off. And it's like, for what end?
yeah.
Fair.
I'm like, I'm like, especially I'm like when everything is like so good. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't need to ruffle my own feathers.
I'm not trying to create a complex for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
20
Hey.
years versus months. You know
For-
what I
yeah,
mean?
for what
Completely
it-
different.
For what it's worth, I've never heard a bad thing about you.
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
It's true. I'm like, I
truly,
don't
I'm
know.
not just saying that because we're recording and on the podcast
I-
and YouTube.
Yeah.
I like, you're like my most favorite person. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't
No,
really have.
I strive to have like a marriage that you guys have.
Oh,
Truly,
that's sweet. I appreciate that.
You're
Yeah.
going to.
I think so.
You're absolutely going to. Are you kidding me?
But
You're
I just,
absolutely
that
going
means
to.
a lot. When you've shared that with me, that means a lot to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And no, but I'm like, I don't have like, I really, obviously we argue, but like,
Yeah.
I love being married to him.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
But going back to you, I'm like, if I was at the beginning
early
stages,
stages is totally
I would
different.
agree. I
Totally
would agree.
different.
yeah,
It's fun. And then it's also like, okay,
yeah,
we're doing a little surveillance check here.
yeah. If I read something that I was not expecting, like
Yeah.
this bitch is so fucking annoying.
I know,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
I would die, but I don't expect that. I'm saying yes because
No,
I
of
think
course.
it's gonna.
But then
match.
if you saw that, then you'd be like, okay, well, good
like,
to know. I'm
ma-
out. Like,
Bye.
yeah. But thank you for your sweet words. You're so sweet. Okay, the final one. The final one. I'm like, there's so many in this bowl. We'll have to do another round at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What is the most scandalous DM that you've ever received?
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I feel like
Salacious. I right away think of a DM that you shared with me that was wild.
Wait.
From like a random person.
which one? I get a lot.
The one about what did they call your feet?
Oh God, what was that word?
There was one. There was one where they called
What was it? It was something.
grippers. They called your feet grippers.
Oh,
You got a DM and you
God.
showed me, and they said they want to lather Mrs. Buttersworth
Yes.
all over your grippers.
Yes, that was.
That's some like deep foot fetish like vibes.
Yeah.
Like that's like using like foot fetish slang.
That was very specific. That was. I mean, I get the occasional dick pic or like. I
Do you
wanna
get a
fuck
lot
you.
of dick pics?
Not as much now. I did in the beginning but what I was doing is I was like putting these people on blast. Like no, I was like,
You're like, I will repost.
Good.
I will show
Be
your screen name. I
I'm
have
getting
no
an
shame.
unsolicited fucking dick pic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so I know people are very like into like, oh, protect people's privacy. I'm like, no, if you're gonna DM me and you have a fucking wife and you're saying this shit, like I'm sharing, I'm exposing you.
So you would get dick pics from people with wives.
Oh, for sure.
That is
That's what. But also,
For
but also,
sure.
an unsolicited dick pic is not okay.
Yeah.
Everybody, like,
yeah.
that is
No,
not consensual.
on the real, like, I still don't get it.
Dicks? What do you don't get?
The dick pic
Oh.
to not someone you're like in an intimate, committed relationship
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Like, it's
Wild.
such a risk.
It's
Like,
wild. It's wild.
What is the possible outcome you're looking for? Like, oh my God. Like, the fallout
Yeah.
is so, like you're saying, a married man sending you a dick pic is, I mean, it's like,
What do you think's gonna
you're
happen?
so willing to put your whole life on the line for what? You think she's going to be like, wow, incredible penis. Let's start an affair. Like, is that what you think's going to go down? Like, it's mind blowing to me. But
I agree.
anyway,
But I will say that like I get a lot of crazy ones, but that one, excuse me, was very
illicit.
specific.
Yeah.
When you read that one to me, it was like, and it also wasn't just like a few words. It was like 3 sentences, like detailing
Yeah.
Mrs. Buttersworth specifically.
Yeah.
Why?
And I think in parentheses he said not the cheap kind or something. Like it was.
And that's syrup, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he said, yeah, not the cheap kind like Mrs. Buttersworth. He was
Yeah.
like an
Maple
expensive
syrup.
maple
Like Canadian
syrup.
I wonder
maple
if I could
syrup.
easily find it. Like
It was something like
Just
that.
type
And then,
in
and then when he
Buttersworth
referred
in
to
your-
her
literally.
feet as grippers, I fell out of my chair. I was like,
Grippers.
actually, grippers would be a good search.
yes, search grippers in your DM.
That's your new podcast name, Grippers.
I honestly, it's not
The Gripper.
popping up. Dang.
Have you ever been hit up by someone who is a celebrity and is married?
Ooh. Nothing comes to mind right away.
Okay.
Everyone who's ever like been like of quote status
Yeah.
has been single.
Oh, okay.
That's my most scandalous DM.
You have a married. Oh, shoot.
A married celebrity slid into my DMs.
Do I know who it is?
I'll tell you after.
But do I know who it is right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A married celebrity slid into my DMs, and it wasn't like crazy scandalous in the sense of like what the person said, but he was just.
But it was a version of You Up.
It was in response to a picture of myself.
That was not a, here's me with the kiddo.
No, it was like a selfie, and he's just like looking hot, girl. And I'm like, I know you're
Oh
married,
my God.
and you're a public figure. And I'm not
know who
going to
this
put
is.
this person on blast because I don't,
Yeah.
married, whatever, children, all of the
Right.
whole nine.
The
But
whole
like,
nine.
it was like, okay, yeah.
Gutsy.
I am curious what the end goal is on that, or if that's just like the most innocent release a married man can do.
I'm just like,
You know?
Little danger in their life.
I was just like bewildered when you are someone who has like celebrity status that I'm like, you don't know who you're sent. Like I could screenshot this and blast
I think
you
that's,
all over the place.
I think that's the thing, though.
Like, I could
they get off on the risk, probably.
Really?
I
You
think
think
that's
so?
what it is. I think it's like I want to feel the risk again.
Okay.
That's
'Cause
what
like,
I'm
yeah.
guessing that has to be it, because I'm kind of like, why else would you put yourself? You know what I mean? It's like gambling. It's like
Like I
it's kind of
could-
like all on red. I think there's a little bit of that. It's like, let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
Have you gotten any scandalous DMs? I know of a scandalous message you've received, but that was from many years ago, and it made
yeah.
my blood boil. I'll share this in a moment. But have like scandalous DMs?
No, I'll get nothing scandalous. I'll get like,
Also, so many people, like if people who are following you on Instagram know you from the
That's what I'm
podcast,
saying,
and
like-
the family
Yeah.
is just the
that's
most
what I'm
like
saying.
lovely,
Like,
respectful.
my whole thing is
love
like
you all.
family. You know what I mean? And like you guys and
Yeah.
Jess is what brought you to me, anyways. So like
and everyone is just like so.
everyone's
lovely
so
and
sweet and
wonderful.
respectful, and it's always.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, most of my DMs are just like, you should show this to Jess.
So sweet.
Like the amount of things that I get that are just like, show this to Jess is endless. You know what I mean? So I'm just a channel to you, to be honest with you. Very few people want to talk to me. It's generally like Jess would love this thing of a crow. And I'm like, got it.
so
Sorry, I'll show her later. You know what I mean?
But no scandalous DMs.
I'm trying to think scandalous. Nothing scandalous. No. I wish.
You're not
To be
really
hon-
active.
To be honest with you, I kind of wish I was. It'd be kind of nice to
my
get a
gosh,
little
don't
boost
say
of
that because then
confidence
you're
every
gonna
once in a while. Hey guys, any family members out there, if you want to send me a fake scandalous DM and just like, you can even preface it, this is fake, but this is just for your ego, please do.
Wait, Bert Kreischer was just on a podcast, and he's happily married, but he's like, sometimes I wish there was like a 25-year-old just to impress a little.
Right, yeah.
Boost the ego a little
if
bit.
any of you guys have no crush on me at all, but just kind of want to make me feel good, send me like a
Hey, you're hot.
I wish my husband was like you. Just send me something to
You
boost my
are a
ego.
good dad. Polite catcalling, as we call it.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
a great dad. Cat call.
Yeah, that's-
Asterisk cat call. No, you got a message once, and this one, it haunts my memory.
Tell me.
Okay, so this was a long time ago. But we had like maybe gotten married. This was maybe the first 6 months after we got married, and Evan, he does the music. I used to sing. So, sometimes we would get up and we'd perform in front of church, baby.
Yeah.
And so this is
church
this is a
drama.
church. This is a church environment. And one day there was a very beautiful woman about my age who came and sat in the front row. And I was like, Evan was the lead singer and I was like doing backup. And I clogged her right away because I was like, wow, she's stunning. And she was like staring at him.
Did she know you guys were married?
If she didn't, then she found out quite quickly.
Okay.
Because it was like talked about, whatever. And then like at some point, well, it started, but like the first week she sits front row and she's staring at him. And it's like, oh my gosh, like it's, I'm like, clearly she's intoxicated by him, all this stuff. She starts coming every week.
To church.
Front row.
Okay.
And at this point, then it's very much talked about, like, Mom, and my wife, and I would be like, whatever. It was known we were married. And every week she would come, the tops would get lower and lower.
On the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day.
Because you got to realize that church people are the horniest of all people.
For sure.
Because they're the most,
It's where we're
locked down.
repressed. We're repressed.
They're the horniest people you've
Yeah,
ever met in your
we're
life.
repressed. So the tops are getting smaller and smaller, and she had a set on her, so it was like quite
titties.
like it was big titties, which was like holy smokes, front row, and dead center with him, just staring at him and never like looking over at me, like it is dead set, or the other musicians, whatever. And all of a sudden, then sometimes we would like be doing events or volunteer work. She starts showing up. Okay. And she starts getting in with his parents.
Ew.
And like going up to them and like, oh my God, hi, did it? And like trying to like start a relationship with them. And then would like go up to talk to him, would always ignore me. I'd walk up and she'd like walk away. And then one day he tells me, he's like, Jessica, I just got a this is when Facebook was the thing, right? He's like, I just got a Facebook message from this woman. And she sent to him this like long message that was basically just like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm here for you. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, she was basically just like, if anything is happening in your life and you want to make a shift, like, I'm here for you. I'd love to be there for you. If you want to like go and get coffee to talk about anything. And it was basically like, if you want to leave your wife, I'm here. Oh,
scandalous.
Yeah, it was like
Sinner.
do you ever need a friend? Kind of thing, you know what I mean?
but it was way more like scandalous than that.
It was very calculated. It was very obvious. It was very like, you know what it was? It was like,
I was so
and I was
mad.
a dumb
I'm
young
mad
guy
now.
too. I was a dumb young guy too. So I didn't, I'm not operating on all the levels of what's actually going on. I'm taking things face value.
Sure.
And even I knew like,
yeah, you right away came and showed me. You were like,
steal your man vibe was going on.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
so deep. And so I just, the rage that I felt.
I feel it now.
And so then I was just like, I was so angry and I wanted to like go off. And I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. And so he's like, what should I do? I'm like, honestly, just don't even respond. Like, she sees that you saw it, leave it on red and just ignore it.
But there's nothing better than the woman you love claiming you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I was just like,
watching her get mad and be like, I'll take her out. I was like,
but I was just like, don't say anything.
I was like, yeah.
I was like, don't say anything. But then, because what was wild about the whole thing was he left it on red, and like 2 weeks went by, and she didn't come to church.
Good.
Didn't come from no.
Go to
but
hell.
then by the third,
straight to hell.
but then by the third week, she walks in gorgeous guy next to her.
Oh, yeah.
Sits front row dead center staring at Evan with like this like anger of like, look at who I'm with, and this like look at my like hot guy that I'm with. Wild behavior.
Yeah.
Ew.
Wild behavior. And that's when I left the faith.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end.
But yeah,
Wow.
that was I think that was the one
That
that
was
I
the
was
last
like,
one I got 15 years ago.
At the church. Wow.
So, I mean, there is truth or drink. Okay, before we wrap,
Yeah.
I'm like, a couple for you
Oh.
to just throw this out to you. I'm like, I had written a couple.
She waited till I was drunk.
Wait till
Yes.
you're drunk. Okay, I do need you before you leave, if you don't mind sharing the cat story.
Which one? Many.
The cat toy story. Excuse me.
God. Like right now? You want to hear it?
What is this?
So
Because
embarrassing.
we've been talking about dates. Are you okay sharing it?
I
I just feel like it's pure of heart. And it's just like, it's a great dating story, and it just shows the purity of who
Okay.
Katie is.
yeah. So I was like in the dating scene.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a great connection with this guy.
Okay.
He has a cat, I have a cat. We are bonding over our cats, okay? To the point where we are talking about like cat toys. Like,
Yeah.
my cat loves this, my cat loves whatever, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll send you the link, you know, so you can like get it, because
Yeah.
your cat's gonna love it. Like, we're just being like cat nerds together. So at some point, like a few days later, I look up the link. It's like a $10 cat toy. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? And I know where he lives because I've been to his house. I was like, I'm gonna buy him the cat toy.
That's sweet.
So
Why not?
sweet.
So sweet.
Why
So
not?
sweet.
So I buy it for him, but like our texting communication isn't like at that level. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like a coin flip of like, he's gonna find this like crazy or like sweet.
Sure.
You know, like I'm not confident.
It's either stalkery or awesome.
It's-
Yeah.
I'm not confident on the outcome. So like I order it, but then like I'm texting Jess, literally like live texting me like, I don't know, should I have done it? I was like, no, I'm gonna cancel. I go to
She's texting me going like, I'm going to cancel it. I'm canceling it. I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
She's like, it's too late.
I tried to cancel on Amazon. It was too late. It was like, nah, bitch, this is coming.
That's like everyone's with the George Costanza, like when he leaves a message or something, and then he has to like go delete the message,
Like in the person's
from
apartment.
from their
And
house.
it was 100% like that too. And then she's like, and then it was like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
and then
and,
like
like-
tracking the cat toy, like seeing where
waiting at the house to hopefully intercept it.
Yeah. Well, and the note like was so. It didn't even say like from Katie. I don't even know if I left a note. I really don't know. But I did make the label to his cat's name. But that was the extent. It wasn't like from Katie or like things for our first date. Like it was because literally it was a first date.
No way. You do this after a first date?
This is like the type of person, but
my
you're just
God, that's
you're so
amazing.
loving. We had an aura reader on,
Yeah.
Mystic Michaela, who came on last week,
Yeah.
and she was talking about auras, and she had said they were like, okay, and we were like, okay, what's our upcoming bachelorette, Jen? She's like, blue purple. She's like, in fact, we've had a couple blue purple bachelorettes. Mostly they're yellow purple, but she's like, we've had a few blue purple, and she's like, Jen is upcoming Katie Thurston and Hannah Brown. And I'm like, so you're saying we're gonna have a good season? Because I'm like, that's you and Hannah iconic. But what she was saying with the blue purple is it's the purple is like can be in the limelight, charismatic, all this, but the blue is like the overwhelming like healer, kindness, like you want to like love on. And as soon as she said blue, I right away was like, I thought of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's Katie. I'm like, you sending someone after one date a
Like
cat
to
toy.
most people doing that, I'd be like, whoa. To you doing it, when I think about you doing it, I go, sweet.
Yeah.
Look, I could have just sent the link, but it was like $10. I'm like, I'll just buy it for
that's
him.
very sweet.
It's so sweet.
But then I tried to cancel it and I couldn't cancel it. And then it showed up at his house. And I know that because it sends you a picture that's like, here it is on his front porch. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to
It is what it is.
I'm just going to hold my breath and wait for the text.
Nothing.
The text never came.
It never comes.
It never came. And then like months go, like we actually never have a second date. So joke's on me.
He's like, I probably just ordered this.
No, it gets worse. So we run in similar circles. So I ran into him like, I don't know, a couple months later. And I was like, I was at a place where I could admit it. I was like, hey, by the way, funny story. I sent a cat toy to your house. And he goes, that was you? I thought it was my ex girlfriend, which actually pissed me off. So I'm like, for how much we fucking talked about your ex, or sorry, your cat, for how much we talked about your cat, and then for that toy to show up a few days
Directly
later,
after, yeah.
For you not to connect
and
that.
then you're like, I think my ex sent this. I'm like, fuck off. So like,
Talk about a basic dude vibe right there.
it was like probably like a I mean, he's great, but like, you know, he's not for me.
Yeah,
I do hope
exactly.
one day that you guys discuss this on air.
I will say he has a podcast, and if I ever go on it,
I feel like it'd be so funny.
yeah, I actually was scheduled to go on it, and then scheduling got fucked, so we couldn't.
I feel like you got to go on. I'm like, in the text between me and you have to show him. It's just like, why?
That is too
I
funny.
was spiraling. I was like, fuck.
And then I was waiting every day for you to message about the cat toy. Like, I'm like, did he say anything? Like,
no response. That
no.
is so funny.
Oh my
And like
gosh.
the fact that he thought it was like his ex-girlfriend over me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I must not have made like an impact the way I thought I did.
No,
So-
that's just
Dare
guy
you.
brain. That's just like, oh,
Like,
what
you
is
made
this?
an
I don't know.
impact.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, where are we going to get burritos? That's what happened.
yeah.
Okay, obviously you're in an extremely positive relationship right now. But before that, is there anyone in Bachelor Nation that you ever were interested in after that you were like, maybe I'd want to meet that person?
Okay, I wonder if he'd be mad if I shared this. I made out with somebody that would be like kind of surprising. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it to the whatever. But the thing is, he's such a great guy. The age difference was too much for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So overall, no. Like I was really trying to like remove myself from that. But I did have like a fun little makeout sesh one time with this.
yes. Okay. I know who you're talking about now.
Nation
Yeah.
guy.
But that was it then. Like it was like after that, you're like, there's nobody.
Yeah,
It's
because
just-
to be honest, a lot of them get really like just like thirsty for that attention, you know. And I'm not into that. I want someone who's like a little more humble, a little more like, you know, cool, calm, collected.
yeah.
But and he's very nice.
Okay. Final. Is there, with everything that's gone down with you in the public eye, you know, a lot, do you have any beef with anyone still? Like, is there still any like unrequited beef? And if so, will you ever discuss it?
Someone get some boxing gloves out.
No, you know what's so great is like I'm like, this is the difference between like happy people and unhappy people. Is like I'm at peace with whatever fucking bullshit and drama that has happened in the past, and there's been a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's been so many people who have talked shit about me publicly on podcasts. So many people who I've run into today, and I'm just so like, hey, how you doing? You know. Now, will I discuss it? Let me just tell you this. In the very, very near future, all those people who made money off of me, it's my turn. And I will be discussing it. I will break it down. We'll break down all the bullshit that every single person who ever said shit about me, I will talk about it. Because you made money off me, it's my turn.
Yes.
that.
Oh, I love it.
It's about
I love
time.
it. It's time.
I'm off contract. I'm coming for you and you.
Oh, shit. I love that.
It makes me so, I cannot wait. So yeah, family, stay tuned for what's to come with Katie Thurston over here.
Yes,
Stay tuned.
for the mess.
Thanks for coming
Love
on.
you.
I love you
guys.
guys.
Love you so much. Thanks for drinking
We're holding
and
hands like
answering.
the religious people.
Yes.
Try our questions.
Amen.
Family, we love you all.
Yes.
Tune in on Friday. Send in those pet peeves.
Yes,
We'll be talking
send your
about
pet
that.
peeves in, yeah.
And Katie, all platforms, follow you. Stay updated. We'll have it in the episode notes because you've got stuff coming up.
I mean, for now, just at the Katie Thurston on Instagram is where all the tea will be spilled, and we'll take it from there.
Yes. Family, we
Love you
love
all.
you all.
Bye.
Bye.